you find me here? I'm walking on my own. Not by my side, will never be alone. Never alone in the dark, chasing fears. Never alone, let's leave a mark. We are here. Never alone in the dark, chasing fears. Never alone, let's leave a mark. We are here.
Hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome to 2026. I know it's the 17th of January, but this is my first show back since the holidays and whatnot. And there we go. That's a little better. Welcome to Curmudgeon's Corner. I don't necessarily know that this is a Curmudgeon's Corner, but this is definitely welcome to the show, everyone. This is an exciting show. This is our Pay It Forward. This is the summit of the Curmudgeon's Corner, the summit of Pay It Forward 2026. And I just want to say thanks to everybody coming out tonight. I know there's some NFL stuff happening and whatnot. It's been far too long since we did the show. I will say that we had a little bit of a family thing this year. My grandmother passed on Christmas Eve, and so the holidays were a little bit strained. I know that we do the Pay It Forward campaign, the award ceremony. Usually we do it right after Christmas, but there was a conflict with Ryan, the chairman. He had some stuff going on, and then of course I had funeral stuff and memorial stuff with my grandmother. And so things just kind of got pushed back. And so now here we are, the 17th of January, and we're getting back into the Curmudgeon's Corner. And I have to be honest with you, I was in such a funk over the last couple of months for not doing this. Like literally, you guys, this community is what fuels me, is what gets me up out of bed in the morning. I love you guys. And tonight is a celebration of you guys. 100% tonight is a celebration of you guys. So I'm really excited about this. We invited all of the judges to come on. Right now we got Ryan backstage, the chairman, as always. He is awesome. And I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate him being here, especially because I think the 49ers are in the playoffs, and I think there's a playoff game coming on very shortly, if not already playing. And Ryan lives in the Bay Area, so I know he's a 49er guy. Anyway, I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming out on a Saturday night. Football is dumb, Chris M. I agree. Ever since I want to say 2012, I retired when Hines Ward retired. The game isn't the same. What it stands for isn't the same, and I don't do football anymore. I don't really do any professional sports anymore. I just think that ever since they allowed betting to take over betting has ruined the game. Anyway, so let's go through it. Let me start up at the top. Oh, Rick Smith is in the house. Awesome. So we got Mary, Corey, Celtic, Firebird, Platinum Car Care, Neil John from the UK. I know you're going to be going to bed soon, sir. I so appreciate you coming out. You definitely have always supported us. You're a beautiful human. Thank you. Don Delp, uh, 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 Chicago Mike, Adamo is in the house. Enthusiast. Did I say Mary already? Al Daly. You guys are just awesome. Oh, Keeve is in the house. We're going to be talking about Keeve. I should probably send you a link to tonight's episode, but you always have a tendency to take over the show, so maybe I won't. Which is not a bad thing. But we're going to be talking about Keith a lot tonight. HM, good to see you. What else? Who else? All right. And Titan Tim, of course, as always, Titan Tim. This guy, Titan Tim, he is the epitome of what it means to be on the corner. He reaches out to me on a regular, making sure that I'm still in the fight, still okay, and hanging in there. Anyway, this is not about me. This is about you guys tonight. So let's get Ryan on the show. Let's get Rick on the show. And we have a whole lot to talk about tonight. It's been far too long since I've been in the corner. And I've missed you guys like you have no idea. Oh, hello, Ryan.
Hey, how's it going?
Rick Smith.
What's up, happy people?
How are you, sir? Glad you made it back from your travels abroad.
Yeah, safe and sound and here and glad to be here.
I have the pay it forward stuff that we're going to do here in a hot minute. But I wanted to bring you guys on. Happy 2026. Good to see you guys. Oh, good to see you too.
Go ahead. I was waiting on Ryan. I think Ryan was waiting on me. Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh yeah. Happy 2026. Yeah, I'm with you, Aaron. I used to follow sports religiously when I was a kid. I mean, I could name everybody's stats, but once players started trading teams, I thought that was really weird. But then when coaches would trade teams, that was like blasphemy to me. I couldn't wrap my head around it. I never thought of betting. I was a huge Pete Rose fan. I didn't really understand all that when I was a kid, but yeah, no, once they started trading teams, it was like, I don't know, almost like married people being swingers. I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't be into sports anymore. Like, to me, at least a coach, like if you're a coach of a team, you're almost like a father figure to them, but maybe that just shows how naive
in my
I am.
opinion, the whole thing is WWE for sure. Like, it's scripted, definitely the refs are in on it, but maybe there's players, maybe there's coaches. I don't know, but there's been a couple of really damning IGs and shorts that have shown just how simple it is to influence a game and why and how and why the game is influenced. And so since then, I just don't play. That being said, Papa Smurf is banging out on us tonight. He was one of the judges that was supposed to be here tonight and is not because apparently he has a 49ers party at his brother-in-law's house. So whatever.
Do they still have
You'll probably hear my wife and kids. You'll probably hear them. Yeah. I'm just out in the garage, if you can't tell by my glorious background, but there's only one door between me and them, so I'm sure you'll hear them each time there's a good or horrible play.
What a great show tonight is going to be. Tonight is the Pay It Forward award ceremony, or recipient reveal, as we'd like to call it nowadays. The recipient reveal. And of course, Ryan, you have been instrumental from the beginning. it was funny. Rick called me earlier today, and he was just like, just exactly how did Ryan become the chairman? How does that happen? And it's a lot of fun. And it was basically because you believed in the cause from the beginning. I think year one, we Phoenix just donated a bunch of chemicals. Like that's all we could do. It was like we could give Titan to everybody, and then I think somebody won like the kitchen sink, and
Yeah.
and that was what 4 years ago,
Yeah.
and now
Forward.
and now the fourth annual pay it forward, we have gotten so big that I've had to bring in staff to help me with this.
Just for this. Yes.
Yeah. And of course, you guys have come on the scene to be able to help me sort all of the donations that we've been given. And then I have a really super. I'm so excited about this announcement later. I have something to announce that is like just how big the Pay It Forward has grown. I got a really cool announcement. So anyway, Ryan, thank you for being here. Thank you for being the chairman for 4 years in a row. And I was telling Rick, I said, he was, how did Ryan become the chairman? And I was like, well, he started donating right out of the gate. And he gave you gave a bunch of polishers and a bunch of pads and a bunch of stuff that equipment that I didn't have, and it was one of those things where it was like 1 2 3 not it, 1 2 3 not it. You're the chairman now. From now on, you're in charge, and that's pretty much how it came about. So
I could still remember clearly. I have one right over there, but those Costco black plastic bins with the bright yellow lid, I could still remember just carefully and neatly, but filling it to the brim and taking it down to the local post office annex.
I still use it. I still use that same bin. It's reused every single year. So
Ryan, actually, my question was, why is Ryan still your friend? Aaron smarted off about something, and I'm like, why is Ryan still your friend? He must be a really good guy, really tolerant like you.
Yeah.
That was the actual conversation.
That was the real question, not the genesis of the Pay It Forward.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good question.
He's just trying to fluff it up, but yeah, it was really.
Why does that guy put up with your nonsense?
Exactly.
So, Ryan, real fast, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience? Rick Smith was like, "How come he's not on the show more than once a year?" And I said, "Because he's a busy man. He's got wee babies. He's a co-owner of an internet service provider. The man has got things to do, and he doesn't have time to waste it on the Curmudgeon's Corner." So, if you don't mind,
I would. Yeah, Ryan. My name's Ryan. Like Aaron said, 4 years ago, it was just simply a mix up in orders, and he reached out to me, and we had a conversation, and we just hit it off really well. So we've been friends ever since then. And yeah, like Aaron said, I'm co-owner of a small business, and we're actually branching out this year. We're purchasing a vending machine company, which it's already up and going, but you guys don't need the details. But yeah, we're trying to branch out and buy other companies because we're at that point, just to kind of assure that all of our owners and employees will have a job in case one market collapses. And yeah, I have a son, Rocky. He might come running out here. It's 3 years, 3 months. Potty training, doing great. Actually stands up and goes pee now, which is a proud moment for a father. And I have a daughter that's 1 year, 5 months, and God, she's gonna be so tough. That kid just my son bonks her, picks her up, drops her, pushes her off stuff, but she just hops right up with her little binky in her mouth like Maggie from The Simpsons and keeps going.
And wrapped around daddy's finger.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had to change my shirt. She fell asleep. I was holding her, so I had a big sweat drool combo liquid thing over here on my shoulder. Yeah, she's yeah. If you guys want, if there's time, I'll go grab one of them in a
Of course.
one at a time and bring them out to say hi. But yeah, that's I would love to be on more shows. I do catch them. If I don't catch them live, I'll go back and watch them
Sure.
later, or at least listen to them. But oh man, I can't even remember the last time I finished a cup of coffee while it was still warm.
Yeah,
Just to give an idea.
When
time
Jacob
I
was
have.
born, I remember I remember it was I remember telling my first wife, I said, I will give you $1,000 if you take my turn to put Jacob back to sleep. Yeah, sure.
You hear them cry at like whatever 2, 3 in the morning, and you're laying there like
you're just
I'm
exhausted.
so warm. I'm so warm and comfortable. Maybe if I pretend I don't hear it, they'll go back to sleep. They don't. They don't.
Yeah, and if I pretend not to hear it, maybe she'll get up. No, and then she's punching you in the arm. Hey, it's your turn. It's your turn.
Or you'll hear you know you're up. It's your turn.
Agreed, Breezy. Breezy, those are only 13 likes. Those are rookie numbers. Listen, we got a lot to address tonight. The pay it forwards are usually around 2 hours. Listen, let's do the mental floss, and we'll do the mental floss, and then we will get in. We'll just dive into what we're doing tonight. Okay, so let's do the mental floss. And if I can pull this off, I don't like to do mental floss from YouTube shorts because they're usually copyrighted, but this one was too perfect for tonight. And if YouTube deems to strike me down, I will edit this video and I will repost it later, as not as a live, but as a regular content. Detailed Doug, when he was on the show, we did like a quick excerpt from Whitney Houston singing the Star Spangled Banner, and YouTube had a real problem with that. So I think I had to do like 5 different edits, and then I finally was able to repost it. So anyway, let me do the mental floss, and then if it's a copyright infringement, I apologize. It is not meant to be a copyright infringement. It is meant to be a point of inspiration, and we'll just whatever. I'll fix it if I have to. All right, so let's get started on that. Share screen. Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna drive home in your car.
No, I want you to take
You give me a brand new Jaguar and you don't want anything?
like a prove it.
Wait, what do you want me to kiss your wife or something?
Tempting, but no. Call it generosity between 2 strangers.
You are a freak. Something gonna blow up. You know, I got the pink slip for the car, and I just want to know about these instructions you left.
Pay it forward.
What is this? Come on, for real.
3 big favors for 3 other people. That's it.
That's me. That's 3 people, and I'm going to help them. Then they do it for 3 other people, like a perfect world.
Mm-hmm.
So?
What put this idea in your head?
Because
you stay right there. What are you doing on my truck?
Let me show you. I'm just gonna open the door, okay? See, now that it works.
What is going on with you and my son?
He wanted to help somebody. He gave me a little money. Well, it's clothes and shoes, and I got the job off it.
You think you can keep it? Looks to me like you got yourself a little problem.
I can lick it.
How's that supposed to happen all of a sudden?
Somebody comes along like your son, gives me a leg up. Even from a kid, I'll take it.
Look, I appreciate...
I'm not allowed to pay back, Trevor. I'm paying it forward.
What's paying it forward?
Who is it?
I'm looking for Jerry.
Jerry's not here.
Please come out, Jerry.
Get out of here!
Stop! Help me!
Hey, McKinney, let's hang out. He's not doing anything. Come on.
Hey, what's the matter?
Pay it forward didn't work. I couldn't even do it. I was gonna help out. I crapped out. I let him get beat.
Trevor, sometimes there's nothing we can do. You did good work. I'm proud of you. And anyway, for what it's worth.
I just wanted to see if the world would really change.
Hey, lady, go away. I'm not gonna hurt you, lady. Hey, what are you doing?
What do you care?
You know, a minute ago, all I could think about was getting my next fix. And then I saw you. I changed my thinking.
I'm not worth it.
Why is that?
You wouldn't understand.
Have a cup of coffee with me?
What?
Do me a favor. Save my life.
It's the Jags.
You want me to...
Man, that got me choked up.
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen the Pay It Forward?
No.
Dude, it hits.
I love that actor, though. I'm not going to butcher his name, but I really like that actor.
Yeah, so do I. I love him. Count of Monte Cristo is on my Mount Rushmore of movies.
Yeah, definitely.
The Pay It Forward. This episode of our live stream. This is the episode that is. It is for the community. It's by the community. It's for the community. It's honestly why I even bothered to be in business is because of who we are as a community. And this episode of Curmudgeons is the pinnacle of where we as a community all come together. The Pay It Forward celebration and reveal. And it's why we do what we do. It's hoping that we can impact humanity in such a way that they are inspired to continue to impact humanity in the same way. And we've had so many stories that have reflected exactly that very thing. All right. All right, let's get Rick Smith back on the stage, and Israel, the occasional detailer. What's up, sir?
What's going on? I'm so exhausted right now. I've just been like working on my younger brother's car for like 9 hours. I thought it was going to be like a 2-hour thing. I'm still all like dirty and everything. I don't know if you can see on camera, but
yeah, for sure. Well, hey, thanks for showing up, bud. So
Yeah, for sure,
everybody that's been invited tonight has, in one way, shape, or form, have been such an impact to the Pay It Forward campaign, and the judges have all been invited to come on. Not judges, the chancellors of charity. Is that what is that what the AI girlfriend came up with? Anyway, so Israel,
What you and your AI girlfriend do is your business.
Thank you. That is exactly how it's supposed to be. So I thought what we would do is I reached out earlier this year to some of the recipients of last year's, and I've asked them if they, hey, 1 year later. Oh, come on. Apparently there's an issue on Facebook.
That's very cool. I remember us mentioning that, but not wanting it to seem like that's why we did it, to get the thank you, but that how cool it would be to get a follow-up from them. That's really cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, unfortunately, only 2 people have responded so far for the, hey, this is what has happened.
I'm sure they're all super thankful. I get that.
No, they really are, and that's and not why we do this. We don't do it for recognition. We don't do it for for some sort of pat on the back. We do it because it's the right thing to do.
You just want to make sure they're good.
What's that?
You just want to make sure that they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to help. I'm not looking for some sort of, weird recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you'll just indulge me in 1 second, hopefully I can figure out. There it is. Okay. All right. So the first person that I heard back from was from Rodney. And I'm going to try to find what Rodney's issue was. And again, this community is amazing. The way that the people respond. We're going to get to the people that responded the way they responded here in a minute. But again, we're going to just kind of reflect a little bit on 2024 before we dive into 2025.
Was he the one whose truck burnt
No,
down?
That was Jay from was Regal. He was actually on the show at one point. He came on Curmudgeon's Corner to talk about it a little bit.
I'll have to go back and watch that one.
It was really cool. All right, so the first
story.
person was Rodney on Clay. He was nominated by his fiancée. He is the fiancé and the father to our son, about to be a father of 2 in January. About to be a father of 2, has been trying to get his feet to leave his job, hates to detail full time. All he talks about is detailing, basically only listens to detailing podcasts all day. Being a winner would dramatically change his flow for the business. His equipment is starting to be dated with money stretched so thin it's hard to buy new. If something breaks, we are financially in trouble. First of all, his favorite things to say is he will always find a way to put food on our table and pay the bills. His challenges are mostly financial, but he always overbuys and gives us anything we ask for. He will hold off on saving money just to see us smile. He says he wants to be the best detailing company in Southeast Louisiana. He wants to create a business his kids can eventually run and never worry about money like he has to. So I reached out to him and he wrote back, "Thanks for reaching out, Aaron. Last year was a little slow with the business, but I've learned to lean into my maintenance details for this year to buy my safety net for me and my family. I've decided when I got the polisher and cleaner wax in, I'd use it on my mom's car and she loves the results. Now I'll be maintaining a couple of coworkers' vehicles that love seeing the work I did to their car, to her car. So thank you and wish the best for your endeavors, Aaron. What you do really helps many people, and one day I hope to be able to give back the way you do." So that was from Rodney. That's exact. I mean, that epitomizes exactly what we're trying to do here at the Pay It Forward. You know what I mean? Like, it's awesome. It sounds like he hasn't been able to transition full time to detailing. But I think that we put him in the path of the right direction. The next guy I have was Joseph Diaz. Let's see if I can find him real fast. Oh. There he is. Okay, so Joseph Diaz. Joseph deserves any and all opportunities for his detailing business. He's studied tirelessly after work and in his spare time to create a detailing business bigger than he already has. He is looking to grow his business from mobile unit to a full garage to help create a better life for our family. He currently does this as a second job to help provide for us. So we are frugal in our spending. He needs additional supplies as he uses things to makes it easier for him to detail by himself and grow his collection. It also takes us a long time to save for equipment. Currently, we are saving for a house, for him to have a garage, and save in rent for a garage in the future to grow his business. He has a mobile unit that he built himself in a Toyota. so he is in need of a van so he can take more equipment. Without a garage, he relies heavily on good weather. We have 2 kids and are saving for a house, so money is always a restriction. Joseph writes, everything is coming along great. I really appreciate you guys. My wife and I just got our home and now we are working on building a business for both home and mobile. We're insulating the garage little by little, and we know we will get there. What an awesome follow-up. I love the fact that, you know, they went from not having a home to having a home. Awesome. That's awesome. I know that we had very little to do with that, but every little bit helps. It's awesome.
It's more than just
go ahead, Rick.
No, it's more than just about products, you know, just a gesture. You give somebody motivation, somebody the mindset to go do it, whether it's a ton of products or one product, just the fact that somebody thought about them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Eddie's in the house. Let me switch hats real quick. Eddie's in the house.
He's
There we go. Okay.
I love that hat so much. It's so sick.
Yeah, you like that?
And then it's got the logo on the side, right?
It does.
Yeah,
yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think John was wearing it at SEMA, and I was like, that hat is so dope. I need to bring out a merch line.
All right, well, maybe I'll wear it to MTE. By the way, are you coming to MTE?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. It'll be me, Keith, you. I think what's it called? Umberto's coming again this year. I think Steve isn't gonna come this year, even though I told him I'd pay for his travel and hotel if he'd come. He's just not gonna make it.
Are you talking about Turbo 6?
Yeah.
He's not coming?
No, man. I've tried convincing him for months, and
I'm gonna blow up his phone. I can't believe Turbo 6 isn't coming. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I know that X's and O's, Matt Ayers, was on the fence. He's not sure if he's going to make it or not. He was like, "Hey, are you going to go?" Because I'm on the fence, and I'm like, "Yes, I'm going." As a matter of fact, BioBombs is dragging me along with them, and I get to share some of their booth. And I'm going with BioBombs. I'm an emissary of BioBombs, so it's going to be exciting. I have to get the number from them so I can start promoting it. But I will be at MTE with BioBombs in the BioBombs booth, doing the Phoenix thing, and then I'm hoping that we can all. Obviously, it's a new venue, so I don't know exactly what the layout of the land is. But last year at the Gaylord, there's like a cafe above the casino or above the convention floor, and we all got to hang out there. It was like, I think there was like 24 of us. It was awesome. It was a good time. I love MTE so much more than SEMA.
Yeah, SEMA was rather draining, even though I think this past year there wasn't much going on in comparison to like the year before. The year before was crazy. I personally didn't go. I missed out, but yeah, this year was a little bit not as much going on, but at the same time,
SEMA is so big,
a lot of chaos
and so busy. That's exactly right. It's chaos. It's so busy that there's no time for like this community to just kind of hang out. It's always like, you know, like little, oh, hey, good to see you. Oh, good to see you. 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 But like at MTE, like we all went upstairs and we hung. It felt like a high school cafeteria, and like there was probably 24 of us, and we were all laughing and eating snacks and ripping on each other. Like it just felt so much more like the community that I want to be a part of versus this, like, you know, again, just, oh, hey, good. Oh, it's you. Hey, oh, it's hey you. Oh, hey you. It's just so chaotic. Yeah, agreed, Mary. It's just way too big. It's way too big.
I told you I got a bunch of BioBombs, right, Aaron? And what I
the diaper genie. I shared that with Christian. I love that. It's a whole new market for you.
They work. I've tried so many different charcoal packs, ozone generate. Like, I mean, you put a bunch of what you're putting into a almost airtight container. It's great because it keeps it in, but you got to open it eventually to add more diapers in there, and just that 1 second, ooh, my eyes are watering just thinking about it.
Yeah.
But yeah. What did I get? What did you hold up, Rick? Stay fresh. Was that what was the
Good.
what flavor was that?
Oh, this is just my mug.
That's the I can't remember the. It smells like soap, like nice. I can't remember the name right now,
Fresh,
but
it's fresh AF dope soap.
yeah, that's it. Fresh AF. Oh, it's just. I mean, you can still smell a little hint of what's in there, but nothing like before. I would have never believed it, even if Aaron had told me, "Hey, use this in your diaper, Genie." He says it works. I'd be like, I don't know, man. My children are powerful, but they do. They truly do. They don't get rid of it, but they make it super tolerable.
I forget which curmudgeons we were. Oh, I know exactly what it was. We were doing curmudgeons. It was curmudgeons 58 with Adam Blevins, and Eileen had asked, "What is your least favorite smell?" And because he's he's a proud parent of a new baby. He was like, "Whatever comes out of my child."
Yeah, new baby, tar poo.
All right, let's we're a half hour into this show. We have a lot to cover, so let's kind of dive into it. The Rise from the Ashes Pay It Forward campaign isn't a contest. It is a calling. We don't rank pain, we recognize it, and we all rise together from it. Ryan, you've been a part of this from the beginning. The Pay It Forward campaign to me is very important because of how many people have intervened in my life and have allowed me to be where I'm at. Everybody that watches Curmudgeon's Corner knows that I have a pretty colored past, and we focus a lot on mental health on this program because for someone who lives in the darkness, it's important to talk about the darkness. And I think for me, the Pay It Forward campaign is a culmination of an acknowledgement to this community. I'm too much of a drama queen to take all the attention from. That is not true. Keeve, the whole reason why I didn't send you an invite to tonight's show is because you take center stage. I absolutely. Rick and I talk about you often, and we just love your personality. Anyway, going back to the Pay It Forward, it's because of where I've come from is why it's so important to me, and not to pat Phoenix on the back, but it is the only company in the industry. And just going to SEMA this past year made me realize just how heavily oversaturated this industry is with companies. The Pay It Forward is something special to me, and I think it's unique to Phoenix. And again, Phoenix is the reason why I'm able to do this whole thing. It gives me a platform for curmudgeons. It gives me a platform for the Pay It Forward. So I'd like to really kind of get into it. The brief origins, how it started, who inspired it, what Phoenix stands for. The Pay It Forward is my acknowledgement to all of the people in my life that have allowed me to do what I do, allowed me to start this company, and of course the Pay It Forward started so many years before Phoenix was even a thought. For those of you that are just tuning in, I died in 94. And I'm alive today because there were men and women in the first responder, EMS, and paramedic field that saved my life and brought me, to the hospital. And then the next 9 months that I spent in the hospital, it was men and women that took care of me, that allowed me to survive and thrive. And so therefore my first act of the Pay It Forward was I spent the next 18 years in EMS. As a you know, as a first responder. So that was my first act of the Pay It Forward. And then when that door closed and I got a job working for a chemical company, and I started learning about chemicals and car care and all of that. And then eventually went into business for myself as Phoenix E.O.D. It allowed me to be a platform to, you know what, there might be somebody out there that needs a hand, that needs a just could use any kind of mercy that was shown to me. And that's where the Pay It Forward came. It comes from a place of mercy. It comes from a place of acknowledgement of what was shown to me. And that's why, you know, even in the darkest of hours of being a small business owner, this Pay It Forward is more important to me than the actual, you know, fulfillment of making a product or fulfilling an order. The Pay It Forward is more important to me than anything else in the business world. And that's why you guys are here. And the judges that sit, and I hate using the word judges, but the
Panel?
The panel, there you go. The panel that sits here, I think we all share the same like-minded thought process, and you share with me my vision of the Paying It Forward, and that's why you guys are here. And so, you know, to first and foremost acknowledge the panel. Ryan, you're my chairman, as always. You've been with me from the beginning of the Pay It Forward. Rick Smith, you sit on the. I had the graphic, and I don't know where the graphic went. Let me see if I can find it real fast. I tried to find it earlier, but I couldn't. Yeah, I had a couple of different graphics, and the first one was basically it was the my AI girlfriend came up with the round table, and to have all of you guys sitting at the round table because you know, the idea behind the round table is that there's no one that is higher than anybody else. You know, there's not a position of honor. Like a long table has the two ends where that are considered positions of honor, but the round table was designed so that everybody was equal. And so that's where I thought that's where the idea came from. So Ryan, you are the chairman because you've been with me from the beginning, but Rick Smith is on the panel. John Weber, who can't be here tonight because he's got prior plans. John has come on the scene in the last couple of years as a true well, he beats the drum for Phoenix and I love him, and he's you know, he's put out a whole lot of content, and his analytical mind is what made this year's Pay It Forward amazing, because of his input into the for lack of a better word, the judging process of and I don't mean judging in a way of sitting on a throne and saying you deserve this and you deserve that, but judging as into judging what someone's needs are. You know, it's not a position of authority, but it's a position of just being able to analyze the situation and get the gear and the equipment and the product to where it will be most effective. And I think that John has been able to facilitate that flawlessly, just absolutely epically made my life so much easier.
Yeah, he's the one that summarized the nominations.
Yeah, he came up with that point
seamless
system. Yeah, that point system that was like, hey, this non biased point system will tell you exactly who needs what and where, and that was all John. So
previous years, I would just save each email, the nomination, and I would go back and reread them. But the way he summarized, yeah, he that was great.
Yeah.
Even for a scatterbrain like me, I could keep up.
Right, exactly. I was like, oh
Mhm.
my gosh, this. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And then Israel, he actually, Israel's story. If you guys remember on my Instagram, where I posted a bunch of stuff on Instagram. So Israel has 3 weddings in New York City. New York City is about 2 hours away from here. Oh, John Weber in the house. We were just talking about you. You're like Candyman. We say your name 3 times and you appear.
Thanks for having me.
So I don't know if you heard backstage, but we were singing your praises about how you have reformed the Pay It Forward and your point system and your analytical mind. John, thank you so much for just like, one, being the human that you are. You are such a beautiful and wonderful human, and then 2, your selfless help that you have done, not just to Phoenix but to the Pay It Forward campaign. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Aaron. Those very kind words. The most valuable thing to us is our time, and we just like to put it where it matters. So I really appreciate it.
So for those of you that don't know, behind the scenes, every single time there was a nomination that was submitted, I would forward it to all of the judges. So I would forward it to the judges, and then John would basically condense it and give it into a bite-sized version, and then send it back to all the judges. Basically a summary of what the email was. And I mean, John, you have made this year, as far as the nominations are concerned, so much easier and so much more digestible. And as a result, when we get into the nominations this year, it is the readings are going to be an exact result of your efforts. So again, thank you so much.
Yeah, very
Thank you.
streamlined and uniform.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
I brought Aaron's special apple juice today. So.
What?
Oh, nice.
Black label. Nice, sir.
Yeah.
You just need a Slurpee straw to go down to the bottom of that.
Yeah, well, it's dry January, but I came out of retirement for just today's episode.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm glad I did, because my mouth is already parched. All right. So, John, thank you for making time. I know that you have some family stuff that you need to get to, which is why it's important that I bring you on as quickly as we did.
Hey, sorry, but I'm having issues. Sorry about that.
No problem.
I normally don't, but for some reason tonight it wants to act up, so I don't know.
That's technology.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, where are my notes? I had the whole show mapped out, but now I've lost it. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. All right. So let's just acknowledge the council, if you will. The Council of Compassion is the new phrase, because I'm trying to get away from judging. I think that even though it is an accurate description, I think it sends off the wrong message of almost like a condemnation, or is this person's plight worse than this person's plight? And I don't think that that's accurate. I think that we all have our crosses to bear, and what is a weight in my life might not be the same in your life. And what is affecting one person might not be the same that's affecting another person. So I think it's a disservice to call it judging. Recipient Advisory Board, exactly, Chris M. but my AI girlfriend calls it the Council of Compassion. So, you know, in terms of Han Solo, Rick Smith. In terms of Han Solo, it is the committee. We send everything before the committee. Every nomination goes before the committee, and it's talked about, and then we kind of Rick having issues sounds like a normal thing.
Yeah, whatever.
Was that the surgeon?
That is the surgeon. Of course, it's the surgeon. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about. Let's see. We got 21 people watching right now. It is we're about an hour into it. I'm just going to say that we are going to do something in March, and I will give all the full commentary later in the show. But I just want everybody to know that if you want to be a part of something that is even cooler than SEMA, even cooler than MTE, you're going to want to listen to the show, because we are doing something in March that is absolutely curmudgeonly epic. So stand by for that. Anyway, so the Council of Curmudgeons, Ryan Hansen, you are the chairman. Thank you for your service to the Pay It Forward campaign.
My pleasure.
John Weber, again, you have you've been able to make this overwhelming campaign bite-sizable. It's absolutely epic. Israel, dude, I was just telling Rick earlier today, I was like, if you hadn't come up and sorted through all of the donations and told me what was what and what goes with what and what goes where, this would have been a complete disaster. The Pay It Forward campaign has gotten so big. You know, the first year that we did it was just like, it was honorable mentions. Here's a bottle of you get a bottle of Titan, and you get a bottle of Titan, and then you get what I call the kitchen sink, and it was basically one of every product that Phoenix makes. That was the original Curmudgeon's Corner. And then year 2, Ryan comes on the scene, and he donates a bunch of polishers and a bunch of pads and a bunch of stuff. And then Fab from Fab Automotive Detail, he donated a whole bunch of pads and stuff like that. And so we were able to give away a couple of polishers and a whole bunch of pads, and again, a bunch of chemicals. That was year 2. And then year 3, like, things really started to shape up, and we got a lot of donations from a lot of great companies. And a lot of great people in the community. And now year 4, this year, we have gotten so much stuff that I had no idea what I was going to do. And Israel, you come up and you like, all right, this goes with this, this goes with this, this goes with this, this goes with this. And then Rick and Greg Saybold, they were both like, all right, just give us a list of everything that's been sent, and we will divide it to where it needs to be. And with again, with John Weber breaking everything down into bite-sized pieces, you can very easily say, okay, this person needs this person needs this person needs this. So by year 4, we have become a real team that is doing good for other people, and that is what ultimately is what is so beautiful about the Pay It Forward campaign. 1, not only are we paying it forward, but 2, the community comes together with donations, and then the community comes together with, sorting all this stuff out so that we can help people. It's really, really something remarkable to be a part of.
John has done a masterful job with the nominations and breaking everything down. Big kudos to John. I've been reading through all that. He's made it so much easier.
Oh, thank you, Rick.
Absolutely. John, I'm actually kind of curious as to that, because of how you put everything together, and I know nobody else kind of knows what we're talking about except for sort of us here in sort of video. But just wondering what your background is, because it was just very succinct to the point, but then also had like a lot of data. Like I feel like you almost. It's something similar.
I thought the same thing. Like, are you an
asking for
insurance?
like a summary? So just curious, like what your background is there.
Yeah, same. I'm very curious. I thought you were like, is he an insurance adjuster or fraud investor?
No,
No,
I figured
no.
that you had some sort of like data background or like intelligence
Mm.
background, something like that.
I have an associate's degree in computer science. I
Yep,
have
there it is.
a bachelor's degree in business and marketing. It started off in computer engineering, and
Yep.
I'm in progress of a master's degree in cybersecurity.
That all makes sense.
Okay.
Master's degree.
Very
Woo!
A-type
Look at
brain.
the big
Okay.
brain.
Okay.
The big
yeah.
brain on John. Chris M, that's a great question. Aaron, could you print out a flyer and hand it out at MTE so people can find out more about the Pay It Forward? Maybe make a sign. I'll do the best that I can. Again, I'm a guest of BioBomb, so I want to be respectful for their space. But a flyer probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I would say that this year we've grown so big. The biggest problem that we've encountered this year was the fact that we got half the nominations that we got last year. Last year, I think we got somewhere in the neighborhood of 24 nominations. This year, we got half of that. And what's the crazy thing is the amount of donations versus the amount of nominations. Before it was we got a whole bunch of nominations and we didn't have a whole lot of stuff to give them, and now we have so much stuff and there's not enough people to give it to. So yeah, Chris, I think that's a great idea to again trying to get the word out. I hit up all of the players at SEMA, everybody that was at the House of Rags. I've been on the House of Rags live streams numerous times talking about the Pay It Forward campaign. I'm trying to get the word out there. This is a great community, and this is the people that I have encountered in this community are exceptional human beings. And what's crazy about this community, and again, it doesn't apply. It doesn't apply to everybody. There's a lot of hate in the world, period. But in this condensed version of our community, I think there's around 43 people that watch Curmudgeon's Corner live, and then there's about 300 people or so that watch it, as a podcast or whatnot. That core group of people that watch my show and everybody else's show in the neighborhood, which would be the House of Rags, would be Attention to Details, would be Papa Smurf, would be Fab, would be Miranda, would be Apex. The same core group of people that watch my show and everybody, the show that are all part of this show. They support each other, and then again, the Pay It Forward is kind of like the apex, if you will, of all of these people coming together to support each other. If we could break into the next ring, if we could break into the next circle of people, when I talked to at the House of Rags at SEMA this year, we had a couple of real big juggernauts in the house. There was DIY, there was Yum, there was Katiba, BioBombs, Pan the Organizer,
Mile Deep.
Like if those communities started talking about the Pay It Forward, just think about the amount of people that we could impact. Israel, you can attest to this. Coming up to the warehouse, a couple of months ago, there is a lot of stuff in the warehouse. There's a lot.
Your
of
entire,
stuff.
I guess, what would have been a lobby is just, like half pressure washers and then half cases of different chemicals for different people, and you just kind of all boxed it up just to kind of hold it somewhere, right?
Yeah, and like the outdoor detailer who donated, he probably donated 4 cases worth of like towels and and pads and things of that nature. I'm going to get into the donators here in a minute, but like there was so many people that were so generous with stuff. Like we could be doing so much better for this community. And don't get me wrong, the nominations that came in this year were absolutely on fire, and I think we're going to really be able to help some people. But I think there's a lot of hurting people out there
that just don't know.
We just don't know about it, and it's great that all of these podcasts are now talking about mental health. I know that the Funkin' Homies are talking about mental health. I know that Eddie has been talking about mental health on the House of Rags channels. I think that that's absolutely the most important thing that we can do year long is be talking about this stuff and changing the stigma of mental health.
Started with you, buddy.
Thanks.
That's how you and I met. You're getting a good foundation, and you're getting the community going, and just imagine what next year is going to be.
Yeah, agreed. And Kiev, it's funny that Rick Smith and I were talking about Kiev earlier today, and we will do better this year to get the word out, as nominations should be able to be taken all year round. I plan to make a behind the scenes video on the campaign.
Oh, you know what?
That's not a bad idea, Keith. The only reasons why I limit the nominations to the end of the year, and maybe we can make it, the last quarter of the year. So that would be October, November, and December. So we could open it up to 3 months. Is that the landscape changes for a lot of people? What is impacting me in February is not necessarily what's going to be impacting me in November. That was my that was my thought process behind it was, your needs might be different when we actually start awarding, prizes and stuff versus, what it was, 8 months ago, 6 months ago.
Aaron, I remember you made that sort of same point to me a couple months back. I don't remember what the context of the conversation was that we were having back then, but something that I was thinking about just like half an hour ago was, we have all of these different donations that came in, and we were constantly talking about like there's so many donations, but it seems like at this time around, we're very blessed to have gotten such community outreach and so many people contributing. But now it's like there isn't as many people to help, as much stuff as we have. And so sort of piggybacking off of what Keith said, I'm wondering if maybe to like a smaller degree, right, we keep everything open, we keep the nominations open. And since there's still stuff, maybe we can do to a smaller degree in the moment as people need it, do smaller batches of giving stuff out, but then we make a bigger drive at the end of the year where we do a really big campaign, but people are hurting kind of year round, right? And
sure.
And so yes, people's situations do change over time, which is why it's been limited to the end of the year. But maybe we can also kind of, hopefully with the stuff that is remaining, or hopefully, next year we do a big drive and we get a lot of stuff again to maybe where we can start meeting people where they're at in the moment, and maybe do something something small on a monthly basis as an example.
I'm sure Rick has a list of perishables versus non-perishables, shelf life and stuff like that. So you and Rick can prioritize that.
Yeah, I've got a list. We got several things that need to go out now that immediately, and just because we got so much stuff, we need to definitely, when we come up there in March, and Aaron will touch on that, but we definitely need to get some stuff out the door and get it in people's hands. But I do like the idea of something throughout the year to keep it fresh in people's minds, and two, to let people know you're there. Somebody could have trouble that may not make it till the end of the year.
Yeah,
that's a great idea. Even semi-annually.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So one of the nominations from last year. This is a weird story, and I appreciate if you guys will indulge me on this. But basically, I reached out to everybody that won stuff last year, and I was just like, hey, 1 year later, You know, hope life is treating you well. It's been about a year since since you were selected as part of the 2024 Pay It Forward campaign. I just wanted to check in with you. You were part of a powerful group of individuals who inspired us deeply, and your story has stayed with us. If you're open to it, I'd love to hear how things have progressed in business, in life, or in spirit, whether it's been months or it's been a smooth or challenging transition. Your journey matters to us.
That would
Thanks
make
again
such
for
a good
being
social media series.
thanks again for being part of the Phoenix family and for reminding us what resilience really looks like. This individual, Exquel, there was a bit of so it appeared that his original nomination, was kind of like a feel good thing. And again, I've always tried to say, listen, we're not Santa. It's not like, hey, this guy deserves something because he's a good guy. The Pay It Forward campaign should really be about helping somebody who needs help. And and so my argument has always been, we aren't Santa. You just can't nominate someone to just say, hey, this person is a great guy and deserves, recognition for being a great guy. But there was an issue with this particular person where we felt that it was one of those nominations where it was like, hey, this person's a good guy. But it turns out, yes, he's a good guy, but he's doing stuff for his community. So he was included on the list, but didn't win anything. And that was a problem on our end when we made the announcements and stuff like that. So basically, he said, I was part of a mess up. It was said on the announcement I was selected, but according to your staff, I was not. As for the stuff that you guys sent to me, including a sample of the rinseless wash, it was all distributed to my neighbors and also being shown as how to use those. Even though there was an issue, the past event, I still thank you. And so I wrote back, I remember that now. I feel bad about how everything played out last year, but I just wanted to say how much I respect the fact that you've remained true to your cause and continue helping those around you. Even with everything that has happened, you choose to keep paying it forward, and that means a lot. If you're open to it, I'd love to hear how things have gone since then. How's the community doing? Still wrenched up on cars in the mountains? Either way, just know that the Phoenix family hasn't forgotten you. And then he wrote back, yes, sir. I got additional foreign teachers here since the place is quite remote. Locals won't dare to apply or stay too long. And yes, also to the people on nearby reservations, I got my own stuff that I buy using my own money. Anything that could help, I will do without asking anything in return. So the stuff that you sent were distributed to the first few foreign teachers here. Now no one goes to the self car wash because they learned about rinseless wash. Ha ha ha. It's just simple. I help others now because I don't know when would be the time I will also help those, and I hope someone would also help me. And then I said, all right, well, let me see what we can do. We're already neck deep this year in the Pay It Forward, but I think we still might have stuff left over after this year's done. The PIF has gotten so big, we have a whole team working on stuff now. And then he wrote back, more power to you and your company. Thanks. God bless. So I think that to further the conversation of what you guys were just saying, there is a need year round, and it's just an issue of, how do we distribute that? And I mean, there's a lot of moving parts, and I can't do it by myself. And so that's why I'm so grateful that the council has shown up in full force to help me with all of this.
I remember that. I remember reading that nomination. All of us at the time were like, it's a group of people, a group of teachers that like detail their cars together. How do we?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Even if they're not, a detailer that suffered some huge loss or something. Sometimes like this, and like we'll hear about later when we hear the nominees, sometimes there's people that just they do a lot. This isn't how they feed their family, but they do a lot. They really affect their community. So they're that's great too. It's good to help them out, get some supplies. And we have a few people that are like that this year actually.
We absolutely do, and we are definitely going to get into that in a minute. For show. All right, so we did the 1 year later stuff, and now I think it's time that we do a thank you to this year's donors. The donors, again, we are talking about exponentially growing as far as the Pay It Forward campaign and the lives that we impact. I had a whole bunch of graphics prepared, and I can't seem to find them, so I apologize for that. But I don't think that that's going to really necessarily be a deal breaker for what we're doing. Man, I can't believe I lost those. All right, whatever. I can't find them. They're gone. Anyway, let's to dive into the donors. All right, so we had physical donations. The physical donations came from some just absolutely amazing people here in the community. First and foremost, Michael Keeve, Cars with Keeve, donated so much equipment. We went down to South Carolina. What is that, Rick? It's blurry. It's blurry, Rick.
Well, I'm gonna send you. Keep talking. I'm gonna send you something.
All right. So we went down to South Carolina in June of last year, as you know, and we hung out. It was me and Keeve and Rick Smith and Titan Tim and Socrates, and there was how many was it? It was me and Tim.
4 guys, 1 sock.
Yeah, you and Keeve. Yeah, all right. So that's it. 4 guys, 1 sock. So yeah, so there was the 5 of us, and we went down to Myrtle Beach, and we hung out, and we had the greatest foodie experience. And Keeve loaded up my little Tucson with so much equipment. So basically this year, everybody's probably almost everybody is going to get a power washer. It's crazy. And then while I was down there, Rick Smith loaded up my truck with a whole bunch of chemicals. Jay Hawker Detail, Titan Tim from Shine Your Light Detailing, Robert Sorensen from Detail Oriented, Ryan Loffer from Der Glanz Auto Spa donated a bunch of stuff. Chelsea Longabaugh from Attention to Detail. She has delivered in spades with a whole bunch of chemicals and whatnot. It's awesome. Every year she empties out her garage and loads up the back of my truck with stuff. So Chelsea has come through. She's also a shameless shout out. She's also on the council. She's one of our judges. So shout out to Chelsea. Chris White. Michael Zupancic from the Outdoor Detailer. I met up with him at SEMA. He lives in northeastern Ohio, and so my parents, who live in northwestern Pennsylvania, and the fact that he lives in northeastern Ohio, when we got back into town after SEMA, Michael drove out halfway, and I drove out halfway, and we met in the middle. And he emptied out one of his storage garages and donated so many things. So big shout out to the Outdoor Detailer. Jamie Party and Eddie Colin from the House of Rags. They also donated a crazy ton of towels and wash pads. Becca Green donated this year physically. Fernando, I'm going to mess this name up because unfortunately I'm not familiar with the native tongue, but it's Gravala, Fernando Gravala, Gravala. Yeah, I'm going to go with Gravala. Fernando, I apologize if I slaughtered that name. Fernando Gravala, Kimberly MC, one of our one of the core people in our group chats, week after week after week. Kimberly and I have been able to grow very close this past year, sharing each other's stories to one another. Humberto, first from Puerto Rico, donated this year. As always, he donated last year. The gentleman every year donates at least a minimum of one polisher, and that is not a cheap expense. Doug Ferrani from Detail It, he donated. Mike G, Chris Miller, Hawaii Tim, this old detailing dude, donated. Nick Fife from NF Detailing, and Gary Passmore from That Detail Shop. Everybody on this list donated so much and gave so much to make the Pay It Forward campaign a smashing success. So I mean, like, look, it's a full page of people that have donated stuff. Again, this community supports this community better than anything I've ever been a part of, and that's why I love being a part of it.
So does the Hyundai need a new suspension after carrying all that, or
What's that? One more time.
the Hyundai, the Tucson, doesn't need suspension after carrying all that?
It actually we traded it in for a Honda CRV. It did not survive the South Carolina trip. That was brutal. It had no turbo, it had no air conditioning. It was 102 degrees in South Carolina while we were down there. Yeah, it was brutal. And finally, right after SEMA, we traded it in for a Honda CRV.
I just pictured Aaron by the time he got back to New Jersey. I just pictured the family truckster from Vacation, Clark and Ellen. From the start of the movie, he was fine. By the time he got to Jersey, It looked like the family truckster.
You hate it now?
My right left arm still has all of skin damage from sitting on the windowsill. Sitting on the windowsill in 102 degree heat, dead stop traffic outside of Richmond, Virginia. Oh, that was so brutal.
That sounds like torture.
The only man I know to stop and get a 64-ounce drink and take a shower at the Buc-ee's.
It's true. All right. So because this campaign has grown so big, and with the absolutely unbelievably generous donations of power washers from Kyiv, by June I was in pucker mode. There's no way that I would be able to pull the Pay It Forward campaign off unless we got help with shipping. So I started a GoFundMe page to help with, and basically it was just called Help Us Ship Hope. And every donation that came in is going to help supplement us shipping out all this equipment. I mean, Kyiv donated, there's one power washer, the Giraffe that Israel, you could probably comment on this. It weighed 90 pounds alone, just one power washer.
Yeah, Kyiv donated kind of all sorts of pressure washers. So some on sort of the lower end stuff that you can get at a Home Depot, Lowe's, and those are a bit lighter. But then Kyiv reviews all sorts of things. So there's some commercial units in there. So there's a Comet, there's a Giraffe. I think there was a big boy, but I think Sock ended up taking that one. But there's some other stuff in there, and the commercial units, they all weigh 60 pounds plus, and then the Giraffe one has a built-in retractable hose reel, so that one's probably 90, 100 pounds. And so that plus the size, shipping something like that, it's not cheap.
Right. So we started a Help Us Ship Hope GoFundMe page, and again, this community went bananas. I can't. Holy cow! I can't even begin to talk about the generosity of this community to help other people. So, contributors, donors to the Help Us Ship Hope. Again, Michael Keeve, he sits at the top of the platform. Not only did he donate all of that equipment, but then he also went ahead and donated a whole bunch of money to the to Help Us Ship Hope. So, so Michael Keeve at the top of the pile, Dr. Frederick Olgin, Dr. Paraj Patel, Kimberly McCarroll, John Author, Becca Green, Tim Pitcher, aka Titan Tim, Jamie Pardy, aka Thor, the House of Rags, Neil Holohan, Conway Stevens, Matthew Adams, Fernando Gravilla, Corey McCumber, Wesley Schaefer, Diane Gibson, Deborah Stryker, Brandon Riley, Casey Gatwood, Ross Cruz, and Jarrell Plastina. So to everybody that helped us ship Hope this year, thank you so much. We hit and excelled the goal that we were trying to hit. We were trying to hit we did. I think last year it cost us $1,200 to ship everything. This year we have hit that. We've hit that goal and then some. So we have surpassed what we raised last year, and this year is again not just. I mean, like we have a section of just donations of physical product, but then we have this huge amount of money donated for shipping. So again, this community, God bless you. God bless every single one of you. Thank you so much. Whoo! All right, so we are an hour and a half into this program. There's 5 of us. Did you guys all get the emails I sent you as far as the nominations and all of that stuff? All the things that John broke down into bite-sized bits.
Oh yeah.
So, CSA Conway's in the house. We just talked about you, Conway. Thank you so much for your donations.
Hey, Conway.
Conway, I missed you, sir. We have to connect. It's been like, I think 3 months since you and I have been on the phone together with each other, and that is unacceptable to me. I know that he was going through some stuff. His mom's been going through some stuff, and I believe he just got hit up with the COVID. The COVID hit him. So, Conway, we need to connect. All right, so Mr. Chairman, I think we're moving into the nominee countdown. We received about 10 nominations this year. Every one of them mattered. We're not ranking. There is no gold, silver, or bronze. But for flow and emotional pacing, we are going to start with the lightest of stories and build towards the ones that hit the hardest. So I'm thinking we're going to do a round robin from each of the judges, depending on who's in the studio. Example, if Rick Smith can read number 10, John Weber reads number 9, A.A. Ron reads number 8, etc. However, blah, 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 blah. So, Mr. Chairman, if you'd like to get started with the countdown, if you want to proceed with the number 10 position, I don't believe that Rick Smith and Greg Siebold have divvied up exactly who's getting what. Get some sun, Jayhawker. Doug is throwing fire right out of the gate.
I can't ride around in California all the time where the weather's nice and it's 80 degrees and you're wearing flip-flops and shorts and detailing, and you get out there to make videos and you want to whine and complain about soap, and even though the weather's always nice. Come on, Doug.
Doug. All right. Mr. Chairman, if you'd like to kick us off with our number 1 nomination.
Yeah.
Or I guess number 10 nomination, excuse me.
Yeah, just our first one to be read.
Yes, sir.
Would be John Michael Knott. Let's see, does he have a nickname?
Mike.
Mike goes by Mike, and he was not the person that nominated him was Kelly, his mother, and she heard about us. Sounds like one of the family members. And let's read here. Mike was nominated by his mother, Kelly. She wrote in as a proud parent wanting to see her son succeed. Mike is relatively young in his detailing journey. He's also young, mid-20s, so it sounds like he's fresh in detailing in mid-20s. It seems like lifetimes ago for me. And has been detailing as a hobby turned side business. Kelly knows how passionate and hardworking he is and thought this program could give him a boost. She says why he deserves the support. She says Mike's nomination admittedly... No, that's for us. I'm sorry. I apologize. His mother praised his passion and work ethic, noting that he lives and breathes cars and often helps friends with their vehicles. I'm trying not to read notes that were meant just for the panel. So forgive me if I pause for a few seconds.
I would start with essentially Mike.
Yes, essentially Mike is a hardworking young man. You guys remember what it's like to be I think we might even have some mid-20s here, but you know how hard it is when you're early mid-20s to get even a polisher would be hard to do, a few $100 polisher. The tools would help him. That way he could scale up his detailing work. I don't think he has any actual professional products, and they could be transformative for him. It would allow him to take more jobs and improve the quality of the jobs that he does, which would help him build a reputation.
Well, if I can step in, what John wrote was essentially Mike is depicted as a good young man who loves detailing and has a strong desire to turn it into a career. He may not have faced major hardships, but sometimes a lack of opportunity or resources can be its challenge in its own. In Kelly's eyes, Mike is deserving because of his drive and the potential she sees in him, given the right support. And I think that's what we should take away from that, is that we need to support him and see, hopefully we have the ability to turn his, if we give him the right support, he can turn whatever his endeavor is into a real profession.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know what I should read that was crosstalk between just us as the panel or what was to be read out loud.
No, I think that pretty much everything that John gave us is readable. You know what I mean? Like, again, that all of this stuff is coming in from the people that are nominating someone. In essence, that's the story. And
Gotcha.
and if they're going to share it with us, then we should share it with the community. In my opinion.
Yeah, I think we can all relate to what it's like to be just fresh getting into it, always listening to some detailing podcast or watching some YouTube channel on detailing. So it's nice to see someone in their early 20s that is that into it. That's really cool.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so John Michael Knott, aka Mike. As soon as Rick Smith and Greg Siebold figure it out, we'll be sending you some stuff to help support you get your get the business off the ground. Next, John Weber, you're up. Number
Yes.
9.
Number 9, Mr. King, Nate King. He was nominated by a family friend by the name of Brian. He heard about the Pay It Forward campaign via word of mouth. Brian's a longtime family friend of Nate, and he watched him grow up. He's been informally mentoring him as Nate tries to start a detailing venture. Brian steps in to nominate Nate because he saw the talent and he wanted to give a young person a break. We think that Nate deserves support because he's a ambitious 18-year-old just out of high school who's trying to start his own mobile detailing business. He comes from a modest background. He doesn't have the personal funds to invest in professional grade equipment. So the nominator highlighted that Nate is at a young and impressionable age where a positive opportunity could set him on the right path. So Nate's been working part-time at a local store, but his hours were recently cut. Instead of being discouraged, he's using his extra time to pursue detailing jobs. The panel deserves that. The panel believes that he's deserving of support because of his initiative, his eagerness to learn. He's not asking for any kind of handouts, but rather a hand up to get his small business rolling. It's about preventing a good kid with a dream from slipping through the cracks due to lack of resources. So the panel believes that for Nate, receiving the proper tools and products would literally jumpstart his business. Right now, he's got very basic stuff: bucket, vacuum, over-the-counter, consumer grade supplies. We believe that the professional grade tools, pressure washer, polisher, extractor, etc., and a stock of good quality products would allow him to take on more jobs and deliver professional results, which is crucial for building a good client base. In Brian's words, these tools would help Nate take a step in the right direction and start his own mobile detailing business and learn more life skills at a young age. And having the right equipment early would also teach Nate how to use and how to care for professional tools, essentially accelerating his learning curve in the trade. The support would turn an enthusiastic amateur into a capable young professional. His challenges are primarily financial and experiential. He doesn't have much money to invest, and his part-time retail job wages mostly go to supporting himself and saving up for a vehicle. And as mentioned previously, his hours at work were reduced, so his income is even less. He also lacks a reliable vehicle of his own to get his own clients. He borrows his family's car and whatnot. So essentially, he's just starting out. He doesn't have many customers yet, mostly neighbors and friends. Without better tools, it's hard for him to expand beyond very basic wash and vac jobs. And he's young, so learning how to run a business, customer service, pricing, by trial and error, there's a risk with some initial success. But I think Nate's goals are clear cut. In the short term, he wants to build a steady side business in detailing to supplement his income and ideally turn it into full-time work. So aiming to detail enough cars to save up for his own dedicated work, van, trailer, etc. Long term, he wants to call his business King's Mobile Detailing. That's the name he's been brainstorming as a known local brand. He's been keen on learning everything. So when he enters his 20s, he'll be an experienced entrepreneur. So he's just wanting to make his family proud, and succeed through hard work. So he's grateful for any guidance and support that the panel can give. And we feel like he's the type of person that would likely pay it forward to others once he's in a position to. So there's Nate for you.
Yeah, 100%. I have the actual pleasure of knowing Nate and I have the pleasure of knowing the person that nominated Nate. Nate is an extremely hardworking young man. I've known him for some years, and he's worked for one particular shop, and that shop has basically reduced his hours to almost nothing, if not nothing. um and when you're a young kid, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, and you basically worked as a detailer that whole time and learning detailing that whole time, and then all of a sudden to be without of a job, and you're just kind of like, well, really wasn't planning on going to college. I was planning on working at a detail shop, and to kind of have that that carpet pulled out from underneath you. When he was nominated, I was really happy that this person was nominated, because I think that this is a prime example, or a prime opportunity to help this kid out. And then because as 18, 19, 20 years old, if we can give him the support right out of the gate, definitely is a pay it forward opportunity. Faux show. All right, that's 10 and 9.
What a cool last name too. I'm not at all knocking King's detailing if that's what he wants to do, but having the last name King, it
Well, his
seems
last name is not the King. Is the fact that he's a religious young man, and he is acknowledging his Lord and Savior.
Okay. Then yeah,
Still catchy.
It is still catchy for sure. All right, Israel, you're up with number 8. Charles, it's yours to introduce. Sorry.
Sweet, let's get to it. So Charles is effectively
Charles Atkins.
Charles Atkins. Atkins. I'm hoping one of those two is correct.
One of those two.
Yeah. So Charles is just your typical extremely hard worker. He has a full-time job, and after his full-time job, after hours and on weekends, he's running a part-time detailing business. In his particular case, we're looking to encourage him, as well as provide some additional support for him to be able to transition from this part-time sort of gig and turn that into a full-fledged sort of detailing career. And so this is an example of somebody who is already kind of like on their way, working steadily, working very, very hard to provide for their family. And we want to encourage them in order to continue to stay on the right path and execute on their vision. So for Charles, it's kind of straightforward. He's just getting started here. And so receiving all these professional grade tools we have in the form of chemicals, some pressure washing equipment, etc., is going to definitely help him get better at his detailing services that he's already provided him, and hopefully transition him as quickly as possible into doing this full time.
Okay.
And so Charles is currently struggling with obviously the resources for this and bandwidth, and so we're helping with this push. It motivates him to do a bit more, but then also doesn't restrict him as much when it comes to resourcing, as we're going to be providing him with some.
Okay. Yeah, so basically Charles' goal is straightforward. He wants to turn his part-time detailing side gig into a full-time career. In the long term, Charles imagines opening a small detailing shop of his own. He also has a personal goal of mastering advanced detailing techniques. He's expressed interest in becoming a certified ceramic coating installer, so that he can offer the best to his customers. Every step towards these goals have been slow due to his constraints, but he is persistent and optimistic. All right, Charles Atkins. Dun, dun, dun. Number 7, Rick Smith.
Oh, Don Delp. They're older couple. Don is 72 years old. Detailing keeps him active and passionate even in retirement. He started a detailing venture purely to give back to the community. Don runs a small detailing operation where 100% of the proceeds are donated to an animal rescue charity. Don's business is effectively a charitable vehicle. He covers his cost and gives everything else away to help homeless animals. He keeps him physically active and allows him to contribute to a cause he cares deeply about. Although he does not necessarily suffer a hardship, his selflessness warranted recognition. He is deserving not for what he needs, but for what he gives. Better tools and products could potentially increase the efficiency and quality of his charity detailing services. He could take on more clients, raising more funds for the animal rescue. New equipment might allow him to work faster, which is important given his age. Hey, kudos to him at 72.
Right.
He buys products out of his own pocket for the sake of the animals. Any supplied tools would reduce Don's personal expenses, freeing those funds for donations as well, and ultimately help more animals in need. Again, being 72, has physical limits at his age, and he gets tired and can't handle as many cars in a day as younger detailers. So I get tired doing one car. He's talking about cars. He also has to be careful with physically demanding tasks. He doesn't advertise aggressively. He often relies on word of mouth in the community. Additionally, because he donates all profits, he operates on a shoestring budget for supplies and tool maintenance. So while he isn't in financial trouble personally, any support goes directly towards keeping the charity detailing going and improving its output. His goals has never been to expand a profitable business, but rather to maximize his charitable impact through detailing. He'd love to raise even more money for the animal rescue this coming year than the last. Much like the pay it forward, he wants to pay it forward to the animals and make it bigger. He has mentioned possibly training a younger helper or partnering with others so that the charity detailing can continue even if he eventually needs to slow down. Don sees any recognition or support from this program as an opportunity to shine a light on the cause he cares about, inspiring others in the detailing community to use their skills for good. Essentially, his business plan is to detail cars, save animals, and inspire kindness.
Yeah, so I think it's really important that we acknowledge the fact that, again, maybe this isn't just about hardships, but it is in the spirit of paying it forward. Don is clearly paying it forward, and if we have the ability to assist him in his mission, I think that's in the spirit of what we're trying to do here as a community. So, Rick Smith might have the best hat ever, but at least Rick Smith has that hat. I don't think I was ever given one, so it's not my fault that I'm not wearing it.
AF.
Adrian, way to make it all about you, but okay. at least Rick Smith has he has the hat. So anyway, so yeah,
And
so
you can go to Detailed AF and use code JHawk10 to save you 10%.
selfless plug. All right. So anyway,
did I say that out loud?
In the nature of the Pay It Forward campaign, Don, we appreciate your act of selflessness, and we are absolutely happy to assist you. And again, you said to make more money for your cause, and if that therefore we can save you some money by giving you some supplies, then I believe we're doing the Lord's work. All right. I guess it's now up to me. Number six. Mark Smith. This is why do I get hit with number 6? That's not fair.
Yeah, some of these are
pretty hard and
tough.
Whew, I get hit with number 6. Thanks, guys. All right, Mark Smith, number 6. Relationship to Don Buckman is a family friend and mentor. Mark's promising life and budding detailing career hit a serious hurdle when he was diagnosed with a brain tumor recently. This diagnosis means Mark will likely have to undergo chemotherapy and radiation treatment, which could sideline him from work for extended periods. Despite this frightening news, Mark has expressed determination to continue pursuing his detailing business as much as he can. The nominator believes that Mark is deserving because he has worked hard, has great attitude, and is now faced with a health crisis that is not his making. Mark's youth and work ethic suggests he has a lot of potential, and supporting him now could make the difference in whether he overcomes the setback or loses the business he started. Providing Mark with better tools and products would allow him to maximize efficiency in the periods when he is feeling well enough to work, since his treatment and recovering will likely limit his working hours, and efficiency gain through reliable equipment or time-saving products means he can serve more clients in less time. Moreover, having top-notch tools could enable Mark to take on specialized or higher-end jobs when he is able that command higher prices, helping cover medical bills. The psychological boost of new equipment shouldn't be underestimated either. It would signal to Mark that his detailing community believes in his future, which could motivate him through the tough days ahead. Mark's immediate challenge is dealing with his health. The treatment process for his brain tumor will be physically and mentally taxing. This creates an uncertainty in his business. Clients may not always be able to count on his availability. He may have to stop working for stretches of time. Financially, medical costs and reduced income loomed large. Before his diagnosis, Mark was running a one-person mobile detailing operation with modest equipment. Now that setup may not survive without external help or a pause. Additionally, oh my Lord. I should have read this before I went on air. Additionally, being only 23, Mark has limited savings or access to credit. It is a precarious situation where a young entrepreneur's dream is at risk due to a health crisis. In short term, Mark's goal is to get through treatment and stay financially afloat. He is intent on keeping his detailing business alive, even on a part-time or intermittent basis during treatment. It's both a livelihood and a source of personal motivation for him. Long term, once healthy, Mark aims to build his detailing business back, hopefully using the experience to specialize in something, perhaps restorative detailing, and eventually go full time. He also wants to pay it forward any kindness he has received. Mark has mentioned that if he gets through this, he wants to volunteer or support others facing cancer, showing that careers and dreams don't have to end with a diagnosis. I don't even know what to say. Why this isn't like a number one position means only. Mark, I love you. I see you and I hear you, and you are not alone. And if we can help you in twofold fashion, one, the motivation to stay positive, because from what I understand, a mental attitude is 1000% important to a diagnosis like this. So we need to keep you in a positive mental flow. And then as far as helping your business, we'll do everything and anything we can. I'm going to reach out to you personally and get your contact information, and we will promote your business. And if needed, we'll start a GoFundMe page for your treatment. This community is overwhelming when it comes to that sort of thing. So, maybe, as far as your medical, your medical obligations are concerned, if we can help with that, we will. God Almighty. I don't know what to say. Ryan, you're next. I can't. You're up.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Mike Savino. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah. If you need a minute, take it. Maybe we all need to take a bathroom break real fast. Holy mackerel. John, you could have warned us. You could have warned us that number 6 was going to be a fireball.
So I didn't write it. It was the nominee. It was a very powerful nomination.
For sure.
All right, Mr. Mike Savino. The name of his nominator is confidential, but it's a fellow detailing enthusiast and friend. And he heard about this by word of mouth through a detailing community forum. Ooh, my stomach's still turning.
Jeez.
So, like I said, nominated through a detailing community colleague who has known him through various industry networks. He states that Mike and I originally connected through the detailing community, and over time, our conversations revealed the depth of his character, a humble, service-driven man who gives free details to veterans simply because it's the right thing to do. That's great. That's great. They have become friends, and the nominator has seen firsthand Mike's passion for serving others despite his own setbacks. And the panel thinks that Mike deserves our support because he exemplifies the spirit of the community, service, and resilience. He is a detailer who actively gives back. For instance, like I stated just a minute ago, he provides detailing services to veterans for free and has been involved in a VFW. Maybe Aaron knows what that stands for.
Veterans of Foreign Wars.
Okay. Bowl of Honor program to honor veterans. Importantly, Mike and his wife also faced a devastating event. They own an antique. I had to read ahead to mentally prepare myself. They own an antique store which was literally destroyed when a garbage truck crashed through it. The accident caused major financial and emotional strain, and Mike himself was injured. The nominator says, despite recovering from injuries and the rebuild strain, he continued his mission of helping others and kept the detailing side business running to make ends meet. Mike embodies the spirit of the Rise from the Ashes campaign by how he responded to this disaster. In short, Mike is deserving because he continually puts others first and works hard to rebuild after life's setbacks. And tools and products would help him out. They would serve as a dual purpose. First, it would boost his detailing business efficiency and capacity, helping him generate more income as he and his wife rebuild their antique store and recover financially. Second, it indirectly supports the community. Better equipment means Mike can expand initiatives like free veteran details with a multiplier impact. The nominator believes that giving Mike professional grade equipment would help him take a step in the right direction to start up his own mobile detailing service at a higher level after the store incident. Essentially, the support would accelerate Mike's recovery from the crash and amplify his ability to give back to others. His challenges are juggling the rebuilding of the family antique store, including detailing with insurance and contractors, which if any of you guys have done that, then you know what a nightmare that is. And the growth of his detailing business. Physically, he's on the mend from injury, but recovery has been a challenge while working. Financially, the store's closure and repair costs have been a huge burden. He's had to devote time to that business, which reduces time available for detailing gigs, creating cash flow tightness. Additionally, some of Mike's detailing equipment is aging. He had not been able to reinvest much due to the other business. This means occasional equipment failures and inefficiencies. Balancing two businesses and recovery is Mike's day-to-day challenge. His goal is to fully recover and rebuild stronger. In the short term, that means getting the antique store reopened and making his detailing operations more efficient to generate steady income. In the long term, Mike envisions formally combining his passion for detailing with his passion for veteran outreach, possibly by growing the detailing business enough to employ fellow veterans or sponsor community events. He wants to continue using detailing as a platform for good, expanding the free Details for Vets program, while also securing his family's financial future. With everything he's been through, Mike is focused on turning his trials into a testimony of how to overcome and help others do the same. Man, that's a lot that guy's got on his plate.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, if he has an aging pressure washer, I know where he can turn to.
Yeah, this is the year. This is the year of the power washer for sure.
1 or 11, you know.
Yeah, again, Israel, if you hadn't come up, I can't even begin to express how lost in the woods I would have been if you hadn't come up to hang out with me in the warehouse a couple of months ago. And you know, and I talked to Keeve later, and Keeve was just like, yeah, I wasn't looking forward to doing a FaceTime with you to try to sort all that stuff out. But you came up and you walked through the front room, and you were like, this goes with this, this goes with this, this goes with this. And I mean, I immediately felt the pressure off of my chest. I was probably aiming towards a coronary if you hadn't have shown up. Oh my Lord.
To Keith's credit, you know, I'm sure he was just busting your balls as he does
For
And
sure.
so I'm sure he would have been happy to get on that FaceTime with you. And
You
he
know-
already made that long trip to bring all the stuff to begin with. So super grateful for that. And so not only is it my pleasure to sort of contribute in that way, but it's just not not just my pleasure, but it's also a privilege to be able to do so, and to have been able to spend some time with you one-on-one like we did, to hear your story sort of face to face and share a bit. And I think since then we've become friends.
For sure.
And so I know we're going to do a lot of stuff together soon, as well as like later into the future. And so I'm just grateful to have been a part of this, contribute. And honestly, I feel like that was probably the easy part. I can't imagine how we're going to divvy up all the stuff and figure out who's going to get what, and all that. So
well, I know that
the hard part is still
Rick
ahead.
Smith and Greg Sabold are working on that now. Last year we had Eileen, and she was absolutely she executed the divvying up of stuff flawlessly. Just to kind of circle back around real quick, as far as Kiev is concerned, although he has never specifically told me exactly what this pay it forward campaign means to him, it is my impression that that this program, he takes this program to heart. Last year he Papa Smurf and Matt Ayers from X's and O's, but to give credit where credit is due, primarily Kiev donated everything. Like, he gave so much money to ship all of that stuff last year. And then this year, he not only did he donate all of that equipment that you saw at the warehouse, but he also donated money to the Help Us Ship Hope campaign. So, like, he doubled up on donating equipment and donating shipping, and that's why I give him top billing when it comes to this program, because, and again, I can only speculate that this hits him somewhere in the heart, and he has been such a proponent of this program and this campaign, that in a lot of aspects it would never have grown out of what it was the first year, or even the second year when Ryan jumped on board. It would not be what it is today without Kiev. And so I do need to give a real special shout out to Kiev. For he drove from Atlanta, Georgia. He drove to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, just to donate stuff. I mean, that alone in itself is a testimony to the commitment that he has to to the Pay It Forward campaign. But then, in addition to all of that, what he has done, donating financially to the campaign, I can't say enough about Kiev. It was funny. Like 2 years ago, I got to meet him at SEMA, and he is one of two people that I completely fanboyed out on. Most people, like, I don't react to most people. I'm just not, to sound overly critical, I'm not impressed. All right, cool. You did what you did, whatever. But when he turned the corner, it was him and Josh V. When he turned the corner, I completely lost. I think I wet my pants. I was like, "Oh my God, it's you! Oh my God, it's you!" Oh. I was so excited. And then when I got to see him again for the second time, when he came to South Carolina at Myrtle Beach, the Soar and Restore, I gave him this huge hug, and I was just like, "Keith, it's so great to see." And I gave him this huge hug. And then later on, I thought, because he is kind of, he likes to keep people at arm's length, to a point. And the fact that I completely crossed barriers and boundaries and gave him this huge hug when, he normally is not a hugger. I apologized to him. I was like, Keith, I'm so sorry that I hugged you. I shouldn't have done that, but I just kind of was impulsive. And he was like, you're on the inside circle, bud. Don't worry about it. Like you're allowed. You're one of the few people that are allowed to hug me. And then that was a career highlight for me, that he gave me permission that I'm allowed to hug him. So my hat is off to Keith. Thank you for all that you do for this community. Thank you for all that you do for the not just the community, but for these people that are being nominated and that need help. This could not be done without Keith. So I'm bringing resin for all those DEI systems in March and more. Yeah, we got to talk about March in a minute. Let's get through the nomination process, and then we'll talk about March, because something extremely exciting is happening in March, and I can't wait to share it with you people. I want you people to be a part of it, but anyway, Michael, I just want to tell you on this public platform, I love you. Thank you for everything that you do for this community, everything that you did for this community.
I mean, karma comes back around to you too. Drago,
you are an amazing human being, and I am honored to be. Yeah, that was awesome. That was definitely my Phoenix. As far as Phoenix is concerned, that was the highlight of my career. The fact that Drago fanboyed on me. But anyway, all right. Number 5 was Mike Savino. Thank you, Ryan, for sharing that. Wait. There he is. Hello, Rick Smith.
Goodbye, Rick Smith.
He's gone again.
Oh.
He said he was having issues with his internet, so I don't know what to tell you. All right, Israel, you're up with number 4.
Sure thing. We got Chad, and I'm not gonna even try that. So Chad F.
Fotheringham.
Sure. I hope that's how it is.
Real quick, Israel, I did a typo. This one is a nomination from Gary. Gary's in the chat.
Okay.
So Gary Passmore. I thought I was going to do this one, but that's okay. Whoa.
Hey, we can switch it up if you want.
If you want to take it.
Yeah, John, take it. It's all yours, John.
Oh, okay. Whew.
Go ahead.
This one. Okay. Well, okay. We're gonna have to break out the good stuff for this one here.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So Chad Fotheringham. This one was a nomination by Gary. All 26 of you need to give Gary a follow.
I know that bottle.
Yeah. All 26 of you in the chat need to give Gary a follow. He's a big guy. This was word of mouth from Gary. Chad was nominated by a fellow detailer who actually met him through one of Gary's giveaways, actually. And they connected whenever when Chad won a prize bundle from Gary. And Gary was very moved when he heard about Chad's story. So why the panel believes Chad deserves this? He's demonstrated remarkable resilience, selflessness in the face of personal and family hardships. He's the primary breadwinner for a large family. He has 5 daughters, and as a girl dad, that really hits me. He's been juggling busyness with a serious family health crisis. His fiance's father was in the ICU with dementia, Alzheimer's complications, and Chad stepped up as the caregiver during that time. This combined with this winter was a big slowdown in work, and it put immense financial strain on him. But despite the hardships and challenges, Chad's been fighting to keep his detailing business alive to support his family. Gary highlighted that Chad's determination to care for both his family and customers, even when under pressure, is what makes him deserving. How the Pay It Forward campaign would help would be providing Chad with new tools, new products, would greatly increase his efficiency and reliability as a mobile detailer. Given that he has limited time due to caregiving and parenting, any improvement in efficiency means he can complete jobs faster or take on more work in the same amount of time. Upgraded equipment would also reduce breakdowns that would cost him critical income. I think the panel believes that support would help Chad stabilize his business income during a very tough period, in which in turn keeps his family stable. Chad's current challenges are multifold. On the personal side, he and his fiance have been assisting, his ailing father, which is obviously emotionally taxing and time consuming. Our family has, experience with Alzheimer's. And he also has 5 children to care for, which is also, a full plate for anybody. So on the business side, Chad has faced the seasonal downturn in the winter, and lacks savings or cushion, because any money he earns goes straight to his family needs and medical expenses. And he's also dealing with outdated equipment and a vehicle that is high mileage, from doubling as a family vehicle. So all of these factors make it hard for him to grow or even maintain his detailing business. Chad's immediate goal is to simply sustain his business through these hardships so that he can continue to provide for his family in the long term. Once personal crisis is stabilized, perhaps he can grow his business and perhaps specialize in services that can command higher rates, so he can earn more without excessively long hours, giving him time with his family. He's deeply motivated to succeed, not for personal riches, but to ensure his family is taken care of. Eventually, Chad dreams of being in a position to pay it forward himself, for example, by training one of his daughters or other young people in detailing as the business grows. So this one's for Chad right here. So thank you, Gary, for the nomination.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Hey, and we said his last name correctly. Fotheringham. Ha ha ha. It's awesome. All right. That's absolutely fantastic. Again, this is exactly what this whole year is about, coming up to this. All right, Mr. Israel, number 3.
Yeah, so next up we have somebody who pretty much embodies the word resilience. So this individual, John Bevel, he was nominated by his wife, Heather. A little bit about his background. So John is an Iraq war veteran and a cancer survivor. So this man is very clearly very resilient. As a
Thank you for your
result
service.
of his service and illness, he has a couple of disabilities that he's been dealing with over the years. And despite all of these challenges, he's poured all his heart and hard work into starting a detailing business. His goal is to be able to provide for his family despite some of those shortcomings and disabilities that have come as a result of his service. Excuse me. He's really focused on what he can do and doesn't complain despite the limitations and challenges he faces. He's maintained a positive attitude, overcoming cancer and injuries, and embodies Rise from the Ashes spirit of this program. Todd's physical disabilities make some aspects of detailing difficult, but as a result of treatment, he also has some resource constraints and is currently using some makeshift and aging equipment. Additionally, since he is a one-man team, it's limited his capacity to be able to expand his service. Financially, the household has been able to deal with all the constraints of both the business as well as medical expenses. But his goal is to turn his passion of detailing into a sustainable business. That way he can continue to provide for his family. So he's dreaming of having a fully equipped shop optimized for him. That way he can continue to serve customers effectively in a way that can accommodate his physical limitations. He's also been big on mentoring and employing when he can other veterans, and hopes to continue to do so in the future, multiplying the impact of the support that he's going to receive. So this is somebody who's sacrificed a lot over the time for obviously for others. His direct family has gone through some hardships himself, and despite this, continues to work very hard. And one of his main goals is still for him to be able to pay it forward. And so this is a prime example of how this campaign, however small it is today, is still sort of exponentially being multiplied through the power of your donations, as well as our ability to take those donations and empower those who need it most. So big thank you to everybody who's contributed. Thank you for being with us here tonight. And I'm going to pass it back to Aaron.
So Todd wants to prove that wounded veterans can still build successful businesses with the right support. He's also keen on mentoring or employing other veterans in the future, multiplying the impact of any support he receives. So yeah, thanks, Israel. I appreciate that. Number two, Rick, if you want, can you comment on number two?
Yeah. Number two. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, 5x5.
Audio is crispy.
I was having issues earlier. Okay. Geo.
Before you get started, the detail guy, I sent your codes. Sorry for the delays. That detail guy, Gary, that detail guy, also that detail shop, he donated $500 worth of gift cards to recipients. So the detail shop, I did mention him in the when we talked about the donors. Gary was mentioned, but I just wanted to bring it back because $500 is a lot of money for people like we've just mentioned. So anyway, go ahead, Rick. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Number two.
No, you're good. Tell me his name, or you want me to butcher
it? Henry Hernani. We just call him HH.
Oh, Henry. That's not the number two that I had.
Yeah, it's number two that I got.
Oh, I got Geo.
No, that's number one. That's number one. Yeah. Henry Hernani is number two. Go ahead.
That's Henry's the one you want me to read.
Please.
Okay.
Because only because Chelsea came in at the last, at the final hour and was like, I think number one needs to be this one because of this situation. So it literally we're splitting hairs between number one and number two. So it was basically Chelsea's input that kind of tipped the balance. So go ahead with number two as Henry, if you don't mind.
Okay, so the nominator says Henry has a true passion for detailing, but has been limited by severe hardships and lack of resources. Henry enjoys detailing, yet he is limited to what he has due to budget constraints. I feel he could do more with the right tools and products. Despite personal setbacks, he is determined to rebuild his life through his detailing business. Receiving professional tools and products would give Henry the confidence and capability to provide higher quality detailing services. With proper equipment, he can expand his offerings and work more efficiently, directly translating into income and stability for his family. He lost his job 2 years ago and has struggled to find stable employment since. Critically, he underwent major medical challenges. Both kidneys were removed due to cancer, and he is on dialysis, which has severely impacted his ability to work. These health issues, combined with financial strain, have left him in a position of significant need. His goals are to grow his detailing business into a sustainable source of income and regain his sense of self-worth. He wants to provide for his family again, but the combination of health and financial challenges has caused periods of depression. With support, he aims to overcome these challenges, achieve stability for his family. Self-worth, recognition, depression. Yeah, that's a tough one right there.
It is a tough one. I think a lot of us in this community 1000% can identify with exactly what you just read.
Yep.
Oh,
It's hard if you don't feel like you have a purpose or aren't able to provide for your family. That would be tough.
yeah, for sure. I mean, we're talking about, find your why. And when you can't find that why, you get lost very, very quickly. And the darkness looks for those opportunities to be like, gotcha. And when you can't find your why, the darkness consumes you.
Will lie to you about your why.
100%. So, wow, Henry. I know this sounds very cliche at the moment, but we see you and we hear you and we love you, and help is coming. The cavalry is coming because of this community. The cavalry is coming.
Well, Henry definitely has a purpose now. He's going to have a lot of stuff he's going to have to do something with. So if he's listening or watching to this, Henry, you better get ready. So,
yeah,
like Aaron said, the cavalry is coming. There's John, Israel, and Ryan. We're all here, so we got you covered.
We're doing the best we can, and hopefully a little effort is enough to get you over the finish line. We're in this together. The cliche of we are only as strong as our weakest link is true. And this is exactly what I feel that this is why God put me on the earth was for this. 2 years ago when we helped that gentleman who lost everything, I had said, if Phoenix closes its doors tomorrow, we did our job. If Phoenix as a company doesn't survive 2025, doesn't survive 2026, I feel that we did our job already. And this Pay It Forward campaign is to me, Eileen used to ask those questions, what do you want your legacy to be when you're gone? I want my legacy to be this. I want my legacy to be the Pay It Forward campaign. I want my legacy to be the fact that we were able to help one individual make their life a little bit easier and a little bit better. And that's ultimately what the Pay It Forward campaign is to me, is because of how many people have helped me on my journey. I just want to help. I just want to help them on their journey. So that puts us into the last nomination. The last nomination goes to Gio Bustos. Gio Bustos, nominated by his spouse. Heard about the program through our social media. John, I swear, if you make me cry, I'm going to punch you in the face. All right. Gio's nomination was submitted by his wife, highlighting the family's situation. She is a firsthand witness to Gio's dedication as a husband and a father, and the struggles that they are facing. Gio is the sole provider for his young family and exemplifies determination under pressure. Oh my God. Give me a second. Recently, their newborn baby was born with gastrocnonitis, requiring extensive NICU care, which is neonatal intensive care. NICU care. Despite being this emotional and financial strain, Gio has continued to work hard at his mobile detailing business to support his family. He has fallen behind on bills due to medical expenses and time devoted to the newborn's care. The nominator emphasized how hard Gio works and how hard he cares for his family, even when he is faced with a crisis. Upgrading Gio's detailing equipment would have an immediate impact on his business. Currently, he is dealing with failing equipment and only one vehicle, which doubles as the family transportation for medical appointments. New tools and products would reduce downtime from equipment breakdowns and improve service quality, allowing Gio to take on more clients and increase income. In short, support would keep his business running smoothly during a critical time, during his family's financial instability. Gio's biggest challenge is balancing his growing business with his family's acute medical needs. His infant's hospitalization has meant frequent trips to the NICU and high medical bills. With only a single vehicle and unreliable tools, every day is a logistical and financial struggle. He is often has to postpone or turn down work due to those challenges, which creates a cycle of financial stress. Gio's near-term goal is to get his detailing business back on track so he can pay down bills and ensure his family's needs, especially the baby's medical needs, are covered. Longer term, he hopes to grow the business into a stable source of income that can support his family, even in the face of life's unexpected hardships. He is focused on achieving a level of stability where family emergencies won't jeopardize their livelihoods. Gio, I can only tell you that I understand. I understand when all of those bills, and you're looking at options like, do I pay the rent or do I buy food? Do I pay the rent or do I pay my medical bills for my newborn child? It resonates within me. The uncertainty of tomorrow. And I think that that's ultimately what we most often struggle with when it comes to the darkness, is the uncertainty of tomorrow. We made it through today, but what happens tomorrow? And I'm sorry that you're going through that with your family. And I hope that we, in some way, shape, or form, in whatever small capacity it is, I hope that we can help make tomorrow not so hard. Sorry.
These are some powerful stories.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's when the esophagus and stomach forms between the skin and the sternal on the outside, right, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
My
I
wife
want
is
to
a
go grab
nurse,
my
and
little girl right now.
Yeah, my wife's a nurse, and she told me about what that condition is, and it's just when I was writing it, it's just wild.
Mm.
Aaron, I think you're muted.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that. I think that what's important is that the people that donate time and money and equipment and products and stuff like that, they don't get to hear these stories until tonight, until the night that we reveal all of this stuff. So they're donating all of this stuff. Like Gary donating $500 from his company to the detail shop. They don't hear these stories, so you have no idea what you're donating this stuff to. Yeah, right, exactly. Who's cutting onions at 10:30 at night?
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my lord. They don't know what they're donating to, and then we do the show, and then we reveal all of these stories, and I mean every year it's more than like individually it's more than you should have to bear by yourself. And I think that that's why we do what we do, is that you don't have to bear it by yourself. But it's a true testimony to this community of the generosity of your heart, the generosity of all of these people that not only just donate product and stuff like that, but like when they donated hard-earned money to the shipping program. You don't know what you're donating to exactly until the stuff it gets read, and when it gets read, it becomes 1000% personal, emotional, and real. It's very easy to kind of reflect on woe is me, like, oh, I'm going through this and I'm going through that, and then you hear what other people are going through. It's bananas. I mean, I know there's a lot of people in this community that are hurting. I know that Becca, forgive me for mentioning this, but I know that Becca's going through a tremendous hardship, and I know that the House of Rags has done a tremendous amount to raise money for her and her cause and stuff like that. But a testimony to Becca, even in the heart of all of the stuff that she's going through, she donated as well. Like, she's given to the Pay It Forward campaign. And she herself is in the center of her own personal hell. And my prayers go to her and her family. But even, like, again, the testimony of what this community is, even in the midst of her own personal plight, she is thinking of others, and she's here tonight in the chats and encouraging others and supporting others. And I know that I know that my dear friend Eileen is going through some stuff, and she had to step away from Curmudgeon's corner. Becca, in the middle of all of the stuff that Becca is going through, she remains a true friend to her, to Eileen, and to all of us. Is a real testimony about her spirit, and that's again ultimately why I just love being a part of all of this. Is the way that this community continues to come together year after year, week after week, day after day, hour after hour. You know, we promote mental health a lot on this channel, on this podcast, and the fact that, you know, the term, you know, do you have 8 minutes, is not foreign to any of us in this room, is a real testimony to each and every one of you guys. So,
You
know,
built
not
something
to,
very, very powerful, Aaron. I mean, when it comes to time, he's gonna look at you. Remember Matthew? He's gonna say, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You've been faithful with few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness."
John, I really truly appreciate you saying that. What resonates more with me than Matthew is from the writings of Paul, where Paul is talking to Timothy. So I believe it comes from First Timothy, and where Paul talks about he talks about the grace. He talks about grace of God, and where he says, "I am the worst sinner." I'm paraphrasing because I don't have it at, you know, at my command, but he talks to Timothy and encourages Timothy, where he's like, "Where I am the worst sinner that ever existed. I am the worst of sinners, and yet God's grace flows into me, and it's because of God's grace that I am able to go forward." I use that as more of a crutch than anything else. Whereas, you know, the worst of sinners, and I deem myself as one of the worst of sinners. I know my life. I know what I've done, and I am the worst of sinners. But through grace, we are able to do this podcast. So, and we're able to touch the lives of these 10 individuals, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to this community. I am grateful to you 8 judges or counselors of compassion. I thank you for being able to be a part of this.
It's an honor to be chosen.
Well, you didn't have a choice, Rick Smith.
Well,
This guy is on the road, you know, hundreds of hours a week, driving as a trucker, and I get the luxury of bending his ear for about, I don't know what, 6 hours a day, every single day as you're driving. You call me at 2:00 in the afternoon every day at 2:00 in the afternoon, and we talk, and we just kind of I mean, our stream of consciousness is obnoxious.
Did you want to talk about March yet, or?
Yeah. Who brought that up?
You did, Goober.
Oh, all right. All right. So here's what's happening. This again, going back to Kiev. This was all Kiev. This is all Kiev. So we did this Soar and Restore in South Carolina last year, in June of last year, where basically the 5 of us all met up down in South Carolina, and we had barbecue, and we had, you know, dinner at a seafood buffet, and so we did.
12-year-old.
Yeah, and we called it the Sword and Restore. And basically, what I was trying to do was I was trying to recreate MTE, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, where basically there was like 24 of us that just hung out in a cafeteria, and were just, you know, ripping on each other and roasting each other and talking, and MTE is where, you know, Fenrir, my tire dressing, was born, and all of that. And so I was like, I loved it so much that I wanted to recreate it in South Carolina. And of course, Kiev, you know, was instrumental in that, and that's where he donated all of this equipment for this year's Pay It Forward. So that was the sword in the store. And I was talking to Keeve, and Keeve was just like, hey, I'd like to come up to your warehouse in, all right, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right. So last year we donated a whole bunch of stuff to the quote unquote grand prize winner. And he lived in North Dakota. And so we put everything on a pallet and shipped it off to him. And basically when he received it, it was like negative 14 degrees. And he said that most of the chemicals froze, which rendered some of them unusable. So as the Pay It Forward campaign has evolved, we said, all right, so this is what we're going to do from now on. We're not going to ship anything until like March, until like the weather changes for most of the Northern Hemisphere. So that's why, this Pay It Forward campaign 2025 is so late. It's January 17th. My grandmother died Christmas Eve. Ryan had a couple of holiday plans, and so between his holiday plans and conflict of interest, and then of course the memorial and funeral of my grandmother in the beginning of January, it pushed Curmudgeons all the way back to where we are now, January 17th. But that gave us ample time to actually talk about logistics and talk about things. And so as far as shipping all of this stuff out, it's not going to happen until March because of what happened last year where everything froze. And it's just not a good idea to ship in January to 2/3 of the United States and and Canada, should that be a factor. Anyway, all of that said and done, Keeve was like, hey, I want to come up in March and I'm going to, I want to film the behind the scenes of the Pay It Forward campaign for his YouTube channel.
That's going to get so many views.
What's that?
That's going to get so many views.
Right. It's for sure. So Keeve wants to come up to do he's going to help me ship, plot out everything and pallet everything and box everything. And we're going to ship everything out in March. Well, that kind of unfolded to, why don't we make this like a real thing? And so the occasional detail, Israel was like, I want to come up. Well, Israel, you had volunteered to come up in December. So I don't want to, not acknowledge that, but, Israel has been like, I want to help in any way, shape, or form. And again, if you hadn't come up in what was it, October or November? If you hadn't come up in November, to pay it for, I still would be sitting in the corner crying in the dark. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all this stuff because I have no idea what all of this stuff is. So you came up and you sorted everything. Keeve wants to come up, and Rick Smith has said that he wants to be a part of the whole thing. So as of right now, we have Israel, Rick Smith, and Keeve coming up to the warehouse in New Jersey the week of March 22nd. And we want to extend the invitation to everybody. So if anybody wants to be a part of the Pay It Forward campaign and breaking things down and shipping stuff out, I will obviously in the next couple of weeks on Curmudgeons, we'll dial this in. Where in New Jersey? It is about 15 minutes southeast of Philadelphia, New Jersey. So if you fly into Philadelphia International Airport, you would be at the warehouse within 20 minutes, depending on traffic. So the idea is, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do, thanks to Rick and Becca, what a different level of passion and pride went into a free detail. That's awesome. Yeah. So everybody and anybody is invited at one of these days during whatever time period Keeve wants to donate to the cause. I'm gonna have everybody over to my house. We're gonna grill. I'm gonna make smash burgers for everybody and anybody that wants them. My brother has told me that I have made the best burger he's ever eaten in his entire life. So I'm opening that up to you guys. I want everybody and anybody that wants to come come to the warehouse. It's the week of March 22nd. I don't know the dates exactly, but come out to Philadelphia, hang out at the warehouse. Come to my house at one point, and we'll make smash burgers and drink apple juice and just get completely wrecked.
Well, some of us will drink apple juice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a Best Western like 2 minutes from my house. So at the worst possible scenario, you can, there's a place to crash at the Best Western. And just, continue on the pay it forward, the MTE, the community, the camaraderie, the Curmudgeon's Corner lifestyle that we love so much. And if you like it that much, I'll be more than happy to cook every day, because I love cooking. And for me, cooking, it's much like chemistry with Phoenix. Like, I love people to enjoy the stuff that I make. So whether it's chemicals or whether it's cooking, I love it. I love smoking. I love grilling. People make fun of me. I have in my on my back patio, I have 2 smokers, a barrel smoker, a Blackstone flat top. I have a situation. I might have a disease where I might have a disease. I like to cook.
He's a culinary musician.
So,
so he's a jackwagon's what he is.
Yeah. For sure.
we were in Myrtle Beach, and shout out to Titan Tim. He's gracious enough to host us, and Sock did the podcast from
4 dudes, 1 sock.
And so anyway, we were there one night. Titan Tim, he wants to do all this food. He wants to do all this. He's got it all figured out. So he does. He's got a brand new grill, never been used. Tim's got everything set up. He's so excited. And before everything got going, he's in the garage. Me and Tim's in the garage drinking, and Aaron's took over the grill. And despite all that, it was still pretty good. So he does a pretty good job.
Yeah, Flint, I have all of those. I have a smoker, I have a flat top, I have a charcoal, and I have a gas grill. I have them all. I have them all. I'd love it's and I have a fire pit, so we'll get the fire pit lit up too as well. So we'll have fire pit, apple juice, and grilling. So anybody who wants to come, it's going to be a good time. Anytime that week is good with me. There is a BMW car show at Maple Grove Raceway on the 28th. Would love toward the end of the week if possible. Keeve, it's 100%. Yeah, the end of the week is absolutely. So there you go. So,
Aaron, what are you kind of thinking of in terms of? I guess I know Keeve is gonna do some content up behind the scenes and pay it forward. But while we're up there, are we gonna try to break the record, do a longer than 8-hour live stream or something like that, where we just stream the entire day, packing, I don't know. Doing activities?
Listen, what's the plan? There's a few weeks in between now, and so based upon what Keith just wrote, love towards the end of the week. Why don't we aim towards like the 25th, which is a Wednesday, the 26th? How about we do the 26th? March 26th is when we're gonna officially start the whatever. And then we'll do March 26th and March 27th. And then Keeve can go to the car show in Maple Grove on the 28th. I think that's perfect. So, all right. So officially, we're going to do March 26th is going to be the pay it forward kickoff of 2025, where we're going to ship everything out. So there you go. March 26th. If you guys, I'll film the whole thing. We'll have a live stream going on. If you guys think you can handle matching, I think, what is it? It's 8 hours is the record, officially the record, but I did an hour before the episode and I did an hour after the episode when what was it? Rick Smith and Sock wouldn't shut the F up. They talked for a good hour after the camera stopped rolling. So officially it's 8 hours, but if you want to try to beat it, Israel, I'm down. Obviously, I'm down for it. I can talk.
Yeah.
I can talk for forever.
Was that the
I
Phoenix
think it might be a
birthday?
good time, right? Because we're probably going to be doing a lot of stuff. The idea is to get some of that stuff packaged up, right? So we can show some of that, but then also, we're going to be there for like 2 or 3 days. So I'm sure there's a lot of things in between you can do, and we've got time to figure it out. Maybe we can do like a detail or something like that, and maybe we can have like a schedule set up so people know when they could tune into specific activities that we might be doing.
Israel, you're mighty ambitious. Have you met Aaron Burkett?
Was that the Phoenix birthday stream, the 8-hour one?
It certainly was. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. That was a good time for me. Again, I used to do paramedic dispatch, and we would do 12-hour shifts in this 7-foot by 3-foot room with a radio, and I would do 12-hour shifts without getting up. So 12 hours is easy for me. I can do 12 hours, and now whether you guys can hang, I'd love to see it.
And ironically, for some mysterious reason, Aaron knows how to pee in a bottle.
There's
Right,
nothing
makes
mysterious.
perfect.
There's nothing mysterious about it. Just go with the go with the wide neck. Gatorade or
Gatorade.
or Gatorade or the equivalent. Otherwise things get messy.
Is Gary gonna have a booth next to BioBombs?
I don't know. That's a great question. Also, Aaron, we about to be roommates at MTE. I know that I am a guest of BioBombs. I'm driving down with BioBombs. I am staying at BioBombs Airbnb, and I am sharing a booth with BioBombs. And so therefore at MTE, I am going to be a emissary / ambassador of BioBombs, and I'm going to be showcasing our collaboration with the BioBombs minis and the Typhon interior cleaner.
So
That
good.
combination is absolutely fire. So
all that was Christian taking Aaron. Aaron's simply going to so Christian can demonstrate to everyone how to actually get the funk out. Christian's taking his own funk. That's all that is.
Yep, 100%. All right. So anyway, all right, here we are. We are. Oh wow, dude! It's been 3 hours already. We did a 3-hour podcast. The last year's Pay It Forward was only 2.
That's normal for curmudgeons.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the Pay It Forward. It's awesome. All right,
we've had fun. It's really good.
Yeah. All right. Let's do the final thoughts. We will need to address how the Pay It Forward is challenging in its format, meaning why we are doing a January 2026 instead of December 2025, and why we're not shipping items until late 2026. So we covered all of that. We have grown. The Pay It Forward campaign has grown, and so therefore it's very ambitious to be like, oh yeah, we're going to take nominations between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then right after Christmas we're going to do the announcements of who gets what. And because we have grown as much as we have, it's almost impossible. Unfortunately, there were extenuating circumstances between Ryan having a holiday commitment, and then my grandmother. It was, the plan, if you will. It was fortunate that it worked out the way that it worked, and that we are now in the middle of January doing the first Curmudgeon's Corner / Pay It Forward campaign in the middle of January. It gives us time to actually reflect on the nominations. It gives us time to reflect on the donations and come up with an attack plan. And as such, I think it's transformed beautifully into what it is currently, which is we're reading the nominations tonight in the middle of January. We're shipping things in the middle of March, and Kyiv, again, being instrumental in all of this, setting up this secondary soar and restore in the middle of March. And I hope that we get a lot of people to come out and want to be a part of just kind of hanging out with the community, the brotherhood, the sisterhood that it is. So I need to announce that we'll be doing the Soar and Restore-esque event in March, where Michael Keeve, Rick Smith, and Israel have already committed and extended to all of you guys, the Phoenix family. We are all are welcome to help ship hope. Literally, looking at sometime in the week of March, which was what did we say? March 26th. Yeah, March 26th. Yeah, so March 26th is what we're going to be aiming for as far as literally helping to ship hope to each of these recipients. Each of these recipients reminds us that strength doesn't ever mean failing.
So, a quick
Means-
question: if things,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt, if things
Yeah.
get out of hand, can we throw Keeve in the river and see if hope floats?
Oh, that's entirely up to you and Keeve. What you guys do after store hours is between you and Keeve.
Okay,
I
just
don't ask and I don't judge.
Y'all get to see Keeve's Heidi, his Beamer.
Yeah, we got to wash it down at the MTE last year. That was pretty cool.
And you got
All right. So anyway, we call it the Pay It Forward Rise from the Ashes, right? So it's called Rise from the Ashes, and the symbolism behind rising from the ashes, the symbolism behind Phoenix is, I personally definitely have had our hardships and been knocked down, and have come from the darkness in really, really dark places. And rising from the ashes is, what do you do when you're in the darkness, when you're in the dust, when you're on fire? How do you react to such crises? Is that the right word? Crises, whatever. It's how do you react? And these nominations that came in this year are all in a position of having to rise from whatever turmoil they're facing. So each of these recipients reminds us that the strength doesn't mean failing. It means getting back up. And when we pay it forward, we're the hand that helps them rise. Right? When we pay it forward, we're the hand that helps them rise. So to everyone watching, or everyone listening, everyone that will watch, everyone that will listen, this campaign is proof that you don't need to be rich to be generous. You just need to care. And that's what this community does. It cares. It cares in a way that I've never experienced in all of my 51 years of living. This community cares. So, going into 2026, knowing that the Pay It Forward campaign will exist regardless of what happens in the future, regardless of what happens to Phoenix, regardless of what happens to whatever, the Pay It Forward campaign is a mission in and of itself. It has nothing to do with Phoenix. That's why we accept chemicals from every company that's out there. It is what it is. So the campaign, the Pay It Forward campaign, will always exist. And to everyone watching, I ask you to hit the subscribe button, to share the show, to share the story, to share the webpage of Paying It Forward, and consciously be thinking about the community. We were a little concerned this year because we got half of the nominations that we got last year. And so, there was definitely the concern on all of the judges' minds were, where's the need? Where are the people that need the help? We were concerned that just nominations weren't coming in. But the fact of the matter is, even if we just got one nomination this year, the ability to help that person is more important. I think that being a pop culture guy, and Rick Smith makes fun of me all the time for being involved in Star Wars and Star Trek and all the pop culture sci-fi nonsense. The needs of the one outweigh the needs of the few or the many. And and I think that really plays a big role in the Pay It Forward campaign. Every single person that you encounter is fighting a battle you know nothing about. And it was great that last year it was brought to my attention that we don't need to rank people's hardships, because every hardship is different for every single person. And that's why it's important that John Weber and Greg Smith and Greg Savold and Rick Smith play a really big part in divvying up all of the donations, so that the basically what we're supplying to people meets the needs that they are facing. If we can just help one person, let alone 10 people this year, 15 people last year, 8 people the year before that, and 4 people the year before that, we can help one person rise from the ashes, then we've done our job. And I've done my job, and I can I can put my head down on my pillow and sleep. John, again, not to beat the drum of the Bible, but if you saw the movie Fury with Brad Pitt and Shia LaBeouf, Shiloh has he quotes from Isaiah, and the quote is, "Here I am, Lord, send me." I think that's what the Pay It Forward campaign is to everybody that's in the chat room, that everybody that's listening is, "Here I am, Lord, send me." And we have the ability to help one person. We have the ability to help 10 people. We've done our job. So that's my mission in 2026 is, "Here I am, Lord, send me."
Aaron, I want to take a second to just say a couple words, because I need to bounce out of here for the evening, but I just wanted to have some sort of closing thoughts. Just wanted to say thank you sort of for providing this sort of platform as well as vehicle for us to do good and help others. This is something that I think that I've kind of imagined and envisioned of, like, how can we give back? I think I think that's something commonality that we have. Like, I think the brand that I sort of put together and started is strictly just to be able to provide things that are of value, affordable to people, not even to do money and have a full-time job for that. And so, yeah, just thank you for providing us this vehicle in order to help others, for one. And then also, then in general, for allowing me to be a big part of this. I'm looking forward to March and all the shenanigans that we're going to get up to, and all the hard work that is going to come of all the donations that came in this year. To everybody who's still watching, big thank you to you guys for giving us the platform to do this, and for the reach that we're being able to get and the exponential growth year over year. Aaron has done a great job of doing this, but then folks like Keeve as well, who have also platformed this and have contributed immensely in the form of donations, time, and exposure. Super grateful for that. And yeah, that's more or less it. Thank you to all of you for being here this evening, and I'm out.
Israel, thank you so much for being here tonight. I super appreciate you. You've been so instrumental in my mental status this year. I thank you so much.
It was great to meet you too.
Yeah, likewise. And I'm sure I'll be seeing you guys more around. So I think next stop is MTE, and then from there, we've got 4 guys on a SOC V2, I guess.
Yeah. I'm hoping that it's 10 guys in a sock, but we'll see what happens.
Is Socrates going to come?
I don't know. So his schedule is so weird. He spends a month in South Carolina, then he spends a month in New York, and then a month in South Carolina and a month in New York.
I didn't know he rotated. I thought he just moved and that was it.
Well, that's what I thought too, but no, he still has obligations in New York every other month. So,
well, hopefully it's one of those that March falls on the month that he's in New York, and then
right, that would be so amazing. Honestly, he could even stay here at the house if it's a financial hardship for him. But
I'm not too familiar with him. I just know him kind of like through you and everything like that.
Yeah,
sort of the extent. So, but if I remember correctly, I think he's part of like my neck of the woods of New York.
Yeah, he's from Queens, so
yeah. So so I'm from Queens. That's where my family's at and everything like that. So I'm sure.
Well, that's where the whole Sword in the Store came from, was because Socrates was moving to South Carolina, and I was like, "All right, well, when are you moving?" And he was like, "June." And I said, "Okay, well, why don't we plan this around June so that anybody that shows up can help you, move."
Yeah.
And he drove down here to my place and gave me a whole bunch of stuff that he couldn't ship and he couldn't fly with. And so he knew that I was going to be driving down there in June. So I was just going to drive down his stuff in June. But then I guess his situation expedited and he ended up moving in a lot earlier than what we had planned. So by the time, Sword in the Store came around, he had already moved in. So we just got to hang out. And I think Tim and I, Rick, were you a part of it, Rick, when we built his garage?
No, I got there right after.
Okay, so it was Titan, Tim, and I. We built all these shelves and cabinets and stuff like that for his detailing garage. But he was instrumental in the Sword and Restore. So hopefully he can, hopefully he'll be a part of this year's.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
I mean, if nothing else, a flight from Myrtle Beach to Delaware is like $67. So it shouldn't be really that much of a hardship if you wanted to come.
Well, I think it's more of like the days there, right? And whatever potential lost income from the business, I'm guessing. So
yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, lovely hanging out with y'all. I need to get out of here. I have another obligation, but love spending time with you guys. Have a great night.
Thanks, Israel. I'll see you in March, if nothing else.
Well, not even. You're seeing me at the end of the month.
Oh, I know. You're going to MTE. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Yeah, I'll see you in Florida.
All right. Later.
All right, brother. All right. Well, there you go. All right. So yeah, hit subscribe, share the show, drop a comment for your favorite nominee. Let's make sure these stories keep rising long after this stream ends.
If you can't make it to Jersey, at least send a sock.
Yeah, for sure. John, I know you had a whole lot of obligations tonight. Thank you for being here.
No
Rick
problem.
Smith, thank you for being here. And Ryan, the chairman of the Pay It Forward campaign. Again, I don't think that this would have become what it has become if it wasn't for you and your friendship. I am envious and jealous of you on a daily basis on your as a young father. And I love the fact that you share all those pictures with me. I feel like your children have become my niece and nephew instantaneously.
It's an honor. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Everybody needs a weird uncle in the family.
That's right. I fill the bill. So we've crossed over the 3-hour mark, and I think that the 2025 Pay It Forward campaign is a unbelievable success. Congratulations to the winners, again, we could not do this without the community. I'll do a real quick rundown. Physical donations were Michael Keeve, Cars of Keeve, Rick Smith, Jay Hawker Detailing, Tim Pitcher, Titan Tim, Shining Light Detailing, Robert Sorensen, detailed oriented, Ryan Loffer, Der Glans Auto Spa, Kelsey Longabaugh, attention to detail, Chris White, Michael Zupanzik, the outdoor detailer, Jamie Party and Eddie Colin from the House of Rags, Becca Green, Fernando Gervala, Kimberly MC, Humberto, first from Puerto Rico, Doug Farini, Detail It, Mike G, Chris Miller, Hawaii Tim, this old detailing dude, Nick Fife, NF Detailing, Gary Passmore, That Detail Shop. And those that helped us ship hope, Michael Keeve again, Dr. Frederick Olgin, Dr. Paraj Patel, Kimberly McCarroll, John Author, Becca Green, Tim Pitcher, aka Titan Tim, Jamie Party, Neil Holohan, Conway Stevens, Matthew Adams, Fernando Gervala, Corey McCumber, Wesley Schaefer, Diane Gibson, Deborah Stryker, Brandon Riley, Casey Gatwood, Ross Cruz, and Jarrell Plastina. And then we have, again, one last time, I sure want to be on the other side next year and can help anyway. Yeah, Chicago Mike, agreed. So we have John Michael Mike Nat King, Nate King, Charles Akins, Don Delp, Mark Smith, Mike Savino, Chad Fotheringham, John Tot Blevel, Henry Hernan, and Gio. What was Gio's last name? I lost it.
Gusto.
All right. There you go. I lost it. I lost my notes.
Busto.
Busto. Yeah, there he is. Gio Busto is the number one guy. So again, party notes. Every single person that you encounter is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. So the lesson here at the Pay It Forward campaign, the core fundamental of the Pay It Forward campaign is to be kind. Just be kind. You don't know what somebody's going through. You don't need to react. You do not need to meet anger with anger. You do not need to meet hate with hate. You just need to be kind and show a little bit of grace and a little bit of compassion, because who knows what they're going through. And it might not be directed at you, but you might be the recipient for whatever they're going through. So anyway, again, Curmudgeon's Corner, I don't even think this is a number. It's just Pay It Forward 2025 has come to an end. Thank to all the judges that have been a part of it. Oh, Rick Smith, he forwarded some really cool stuff.
Oh yeah, 2 hours later.
Sorry. So here's all the judges. The round table, if you will. Israel, Greg, Rick, me, Ryan, John, Chelsea, and Papa Smurf. So that's the round table, the Council of Compassion. And then let's see here. How do I stop sharing?
That's nice.
And then there was then of course all the donors. That's everybody. So that's Keeve, the House of Rags, the Outdoor Detailer, Attention to Details, Nick Fife, DeGalans Auto Spa, Detail It, Jayhawkers, Kimberly MC, the detail guy, that detail guy, the detail shop, Mike G, Detail Oriented, Hawaii Tim, Titan Tim, Unpolished Detailer, Becca, Humberto, Chris White, and Chris Miller.
Are you putting those up on social? Because that would be great.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be on the social and it's going to be on the website as well, for
Okay.
sure. And then last but not least, there you go. And there's helping to ship hope. So there's helping us ship home. Michael Keeve, Dr. Fred, Dr. Paraj, Kimberly McCarroll, John Arthur, Becca Green, Timothy Pitcher, Jamie Party, Neil Holohan, Conway Stevens, Matthew Adams, Fernando Javala, Corey McCumber, Wesley Schaefer, Diane Gibson, Deborah Stryker, Brandon Riley, Casey Gatwood, Ross Cruz, and Jarrell Plastina. Nice and close. All right.
So if you allow me to speak to Ryan and John for just a minute.
Sure.
So this is the guy that you two like. I lose something, I can't find something. I say, hey, will you send me whatever? He just rips me a new one, up one side and down the other. Okay, I sent you. I got a new phone the other day. My email, I had issues. I'm trying to get, you know how it goes. Okay. He works on those, what he just showed you. He's so proud. Oh my God. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. He sends them to me. What do you think? Oh, it looks great. Here's the show. Who has to send them? Who loses them? Who can't find their own work? Not something I sent to him, not something you sent to him, Ryan, not something you sent to him, John. Something he did himself, and he loses it.
Well, in my defense, I operate off of two different computers. So the majority of the stuff at the time, I'm working at the warehouse, and I'm working off of that computer at the warehouse, and that's where most of my graphics are done. That's where I spend the majority of my time is at the warehouse. And then I come here to the home office to do the podcast, and all of the crap that I've done at the warehouse isn't here. So I try to email myself. Every time I work on something, a graphic card or, a thumbnail or anything like that, I try to email myself that, but because I get like 900 emails a day, it quickly gets, it gets lost. And so I tried looking for it and I couldn't find it. And then, I fell asleep. I fell asleep until about 7:30 tonight. So I woke up a half hour before the show. And I was in a panic, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't have any of my show prep ready," because I try to log in an hour before the show to get everything done and have everything ready, and the mental floss and all of that stuff done. I try to have it done an hour before the show starts, but here I was. It was a half an hour, and I hadn't even poured my first glass of apple juice, so I was kind of in a panic.
You got to have John set you up if you have even if you don't have John set you up a Google Drive. You sign into it on both machines, and then it's like a shared.
Well, that's
folder.
what I did. I don't know. You saw that I started a Google Drive for the Pay It Forward 2025. I started a Pay It Forward. I should have uploaded all of that stuff to it, but I didn't. I'm an idiot. We all know it. I unapologetically, I'm an idiot.
Apple juice first, and then that gets you into the flow state,
John knows.
Apple juice may be the cause of the problem, John.
Corey, I do use a Google Drive. I'm an idiot. I didn't do what I should have done. So anyway, with all that being said, Pay It Forward 2025 in the books. Can't wait to see you guys in March when you come out to the warehouse and help me ship all of this stuff. Again, we're not shipping anything until March because the stuff that we shipped last year froze before it got to where it was supposed to. So we're kind of like, we are evolving, E.O.D. We are evolving, and we are doing announcements in January, and we will be shipping in March. So that's where we stand on the Pay It Forward campaign. In 2 weeks, we'll have a great Curmudgeon's Corner. I'm not sure exactly who is on the episode. I think Rick, is it the guy that you recommended to me? Is he coming up at the end?
I'm sort of, kind of. I got to double check, maybe.
All right, we're not really sure, but I definitely will be here in 2 weeks, which is the 31st of January. Oh, wait, is that MTE?
Yes, you're going to be in the.
So I'll be at MTE on the 31st. So therefore, the 31st isn't going to happen. But I will be doing live streams. I'll be doing live streams from the 31st. So it looks like February 7th will be the next official Curmudgeon's Corner. Will be February 7th.
February.
And then
7th.
What?
Oh, I just said February 7th.
Yeah, but the week of MTE, which is I believe the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, and then the 31st, and I believe I'll be coming back into the territory on the 1st. I'll be doing live streams the entire time, so stay tuned. And if I can do a Curmudgeon's Corner from my phone, I'll do that with bio bombs. We'll do something.
You should do a Groundhog Day theme, because Groundhog Day is the next day.
Yeah. Groundhog Day. That's one of my favorite movies. I love it.
Just replay this show.
All right, so there we go, kids. The next official Curmudgeon's Corner will be on the 7th, and we will do something unofficial on the 31st and throughout the week of the of MTE, which is I think starts on the 28th or 29th or something like that. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. I'll be there. You guys, you'll see me. I'll post stuff. But anyway, to the judges, thank you once again for the Council of Compassion that have come out and helped me with this. John, I could not have done this without you this year, John. Seriously.
Not a big deal, buddy.
No,
John,
it was a huge deal.
Yes, I agree. I will second that. Much appreciated. You were a rock star, John.
Thank you.
Seriously, I hope that your overlords appreciate your analytical mind, because you are a fireball of non-reproach.
True.
Huh.
True.
So we can officially say 2025 is in the books. Bam, and 2026 is here. From everybody at Curmudgeon's Corner and the Pay It Forward campaign, from the community that supports the Pay It Forward campaign. The judges, the donors, we literally, and this is not hyperbole, literally could not do this without you guys, and it is a testimony to you. This show, out of the 12 months that we do Curmudgeon's Corner, this show is a testimony to the community. The community should be celebrated and applauded and pats on the back. Because without this community, the Pay It Forward doesn't exist. The mission statement of the Pay It Forward campaign is, by the community for the community, and whatever is donated by the community is what gets donated to people that are in need. And the fact of the matter is that every year you guys continue to donate more and more and more and more stuff, and therefore the campaign continues to grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So I really want to put a spotlight on you, the viewers, the listeners, the community. We see you, we love you, we hear you. And because of you, we exist. So to everybody out there, I'm not going to go through the normal stuff. We'll pick up the mental stuff on the next episode. But always know that my door is always open, my phone is always open, and you're never alone. So until I see you guys on the next episode, I love you. Thanks for watching.
Take care.
Does it stop? All this pressure, all this panic, stop. Stuck inside these feelings that keep haunting me. I wish that I could find a drop of peace. Does it stop? I need love to come and say you're safe tonight. I won't let it pull you under. Safe tonight. Even though you feel the thunder, I got you, I'm with you. Keep on holding on to me. You're safe tonight. You are safe tonight. You are safe. You are safe. You are safe tonight. Feet struggling, but I'm trying to believe. Fighting like a soldier.